everyone. Hello. How are all of you doing? Mike's good, I believe. YouTube should be good to go. You should be able to also hear. Oh, that's audible.
Cat sat on keyboard, just redeemed hydrate.
And hydrate, sure. Hi, everyone. Let's see. Let me grab that water. Where are we at? I need you to pop up to here, and I need you to go here. Let me make sure I get those names. We have on Twitch's side of things, we have your cats on keyboard, Latch, Sanapa, and Check. Hello, all. And we also have, well, I already said cats on keyboard. And on words. On YouTube, there is Rodrigo, Warf D, Mr. Midnight, and Anno. Hello to you all. Welcome into stream. We can't, yeah. I figured, it says the music isn't musicking, so let's see. If it's not one thing breaking, it's always gotta be something else, doesn't it have to be? Okay, let's see. I'll do you here, and that there. Okay, it should be audible. I'm seeing the levels do the levelly thing, so I'll assume it should be fixed now. Let me move this over here, and then I should be able to read this guy over here, and hi, Panda, welcome into stream, welcome in, and hey, what's up? Hello, and welcome back to stream, welcome back in. Okay. We should be good to go now. I'm seeing the levels pop up, so I'll assume it is functioning properly. Everything should be good to go. And hi, Saratus. Hi, boss. Hi, chat. Hi, everyone. I hope you've all been well since last time we chatted. Oh, water. Yes, indeed. Thank you for reminding me. I hope everyone's having a great day. And if you're not, get some cookies. Changing it up, it's a little scary. I'm not, it's a little fearful, you know, and changing it up, I don't like this change of pace. Let me get the order. Water has been devoured. We're all good to go. And what if I'm not hungry? You don't have to be hungry for a cookie. That's like saying you're hungry so you eat dessert. Dessert's what you do after you're done being hungry. It's the pièce de résistance. It's what goes on a little bit afterwards. It's like I sprinkle some frosting. And you don't need to be hungry for cookies. But, however, if you happen to have cookies that you don't want, Check, I'm open and available at most times of the day. I'll take them all. I'll be super excited when we can start decorating in the game, and when we get to decoration and figuring out foods and stuff, oh man, I know for certain lava cake is going to be a thing. I would like some sort of red velvets though, and what would the mixture combination of chocolate chip cookies be? Would it be bittersweet cookies, since you could do like semi-sweet cookies, or would it be dark chocolate chip cookies? I could see that being bittersweet cookies. That could play into a thing. I might need to start just jotting down what matches up to what specific thing, because I think that could be fun to make as many references or as many puns as you can. And no offense, but that's not much coming from somebody who sounds like they eat no offense, but that's not much coming from somebody who sounds like they eat pure sugar and caffeine for every meal. I'll have you know, Check, there is only one day out of the year where I eat pure sugar, and it's Halloween. That's the only time I allow myself to divulge in the sweets. Other times it's just a little bit sweets here, a little bit sweets there. Halloween, the main purpose is to eat candy, because then for the rest of the year, or until next Halloween, I won't even want to eat a lot of candy at one time. I'll be too sick of eating lots of candy. There's a strategy to this. I am onto something here. Let me get a little bit more water, then we'll go ahead and swap the screen. Let's see here. And also, Stream Elements bot is trying to speak. I don't believe I gave you permission to do that. That's not a thing here. I will have to check those settings, but the timer is up, so why don't we go ahead and get into things without further ado. Let's see here. I click on this guy. We should be a-okay and good to go, shouldn't we? Yes, indeedy. Lovely. So today we'll be doing just about the same things we were doing on Friday. I was not really able to, well, I say not really, I was not able to touch the game since then, so we're picking right back off where we left off. So you've missed not a thing. I was hoping to maybe get to fixing the animations yesterday, but yesterday did not go as planned. And another thing that happened also, I think it did, at least, or it's gonna happen later today, daylight savings has messed up my schedule. I wasn't used to the time, so I'm recovering from that as well. Eventually, the rhythm will work back again. But in the meantime, I'm here, you're here, so why don't we go ahead and dive into things? With all that said, you stay where you are. I'm so ready to be kidnapped. You're not being kidnapped. Just because you're going somewhere you didn't want to go, it does not mean kidnapping. I've spoken to many lawyers about this, and you can take this as 100% fact that if in a case it certainly counts. 100%. I agree. So, where were we with our conversation? And I see the attempt, but that was a foul treegeist. Terrible. You can't make the same joke. That's just about the similar one. Oh boy. But a fancy meeting you here. And hi Roxy. Welcome into stream. Welcome in Catnapped. You make a very fair point. You're in this officey room of this business environment, and there's no doors, there's no windows, there's no stairs. The really only way to get out of here is through the elevators, which you can see ahead of you, and you've already pressed the buttons, but the elevators are taking quite a long time to show up, and since you clearly have some time on your hands, why don't we get acquainted, since you have nowhere else you can go? I'm not saying you're trapped. I'm just saying I am taking the opportunity when it is given to me. Hello. Fancy meeting you here. Very convenient. Can I have, some time to talk about a game I'm currently in the process of making, and I'm sure you're quite curious what that game is, yes? Bam! Necrotype Cafe, a rhythm typing cafe game. Welcome to the elevator pitch, a section I like to do at the beginning of stream where I spend I think we're up to like 45 seconds now of me attempting to pitch my game to you. The idea is that if you haven't been here before, you get an idea of what my game's supposed to be about. If you haven't been here in a second, you get an idea, and it also gives me a chance to get better at explaining my game, and it's a few words, and it's clear, and it's a concise way, and 100% totally not panicked. Yes! So, great to have your time today. And how nice to thank you. It's premium brand. And maybe I don't watch enough streams, so I call it thank you. And yeah, daylight savings weird. Looked in Discord and looked like I time traveled yesterday. Yeah, it was weird, I tell you. With all that said, if I click on this guy here, you can see 1 minute. So when that timer reaches 45 seconds, I will begin. Let me go ahead, take a breath, make sure I'm ready. I want to be prepared. Okay, and you need the cartoon slam for bam! Bam! That doesn't fit! Welcome to Necrotype Cafe, a rhythm typing cafe game where you play as Gabriella, a necromancer sent by her necromancy family to a prestigious wizard of magic academy. But she doesn't want to become a necromancer. She wants to become a baker, a chef. So she decides to open up a hidden cafe in a part of the school where she serves her fellow wizard customer students. The idea is that it is a cafe sim, but it's also a rhythm typing game. And the rhythm typing comes into play in that in order to create these foods for your customers, in order to serve them, you have to create spells. You have to summon the food by typing to the beat. So the hope is that as the game goes on, you get more flavors to add, you get more foods, and the hope is that you get more genres of music, new different types of poetry. As in this game, the idea is that different words result in different things. So you gotta think on your hand, think fast, think quick. I'm certainly not running out of words, but the is time. So, how'd I do? I kind of fumbled it last 10 seconds, but I think that might be my best one to date. I am going to gracefully, give myself, I'd say like an 8.5, at least an 8.5. And nice bitch, thank you. And all right, how can I invest in this endeavor? I'm glad you asked. What you can do is, how odd, the thing won't let me type in Twitch chat, but that's okay. I should be able to still send it in here. Necrotype. Did that work? Does it do the thing there? Ah, lovely. Okay, and I'll also do it here too. Oh, never mind. It did it on YouTube automatically. The bot is being weird, but it's okay. if you'd like, the prototype of the game is currently out on, I'm about to say it was out on Twitch, out on itch. So if you'd like to give a game a try, see what I'm going for, you can certainly do it. And if you're not convinced and you don't want to touch the game, that's okay. We could try it right here, right now for a live, what's the word I'm looking for? Observation, a test of the product. So I'll go ahead and get off my business outfit if I can find it. There's so many tabs, I tell ya. Ah, I found it. Lovely. And the last 5 seconds were the only flopped part, so you didn't rush as much I'd be perfecto. Yeah, live demo in the game. Indeedy. Let me go ahead and take off this business suit. No longer. Let me grab my business and programming associate puppy here, and we can begin. Let's see. I'll bring you into Obsidian here, and you should be able to see it on screen here. So when you click that link, you'll be brought to this itch page right here. Now, there is currently a bug that sometimes happens, sometimes not. I'm hoping we won't get it, but we'll see. I'll let you know when the bug appears, as it's a little bit of a nasty bug, a little bit of a game-breaking bug, but that's what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a prototype that catches the bugs before the game becomes official. So what I'll go ahead and do is hide the sky, show the sky, make the sky big screen, so I should be able to see it a little bit better. And I do that, yep. And what's Bobby's experience with programming anyway? He has no experience. He has no skills. The only thing he has is heart. He has heart and spirit. He's an emotional support friend. Let me go ahead, make sure the audio is audioing. You should be able to hear the music of the game. So I believe we're good to go. Double checking. Yep. Okay. I believe I've read everything. So let's go ahead and give it a go and see if it'll break on us. So the weird thing going on at the moment is that certain calibration numbers result in the game breaking. Last time it was 0.111. So if we get a number around there, then the assumption is that the game is going to break. The thing is, making a rhythm game is very difficult. I didn't know this. This game has been in the makes since last August, so it's been a bit over a year. This is the second game I've ever made, and looking back now, I'd say if you're a beginner game developer, don't touch rhythm games. They are a challenge. It's like the advice of don't touch RPG games. This is on that scale. And hi, Eska, welcome in the stream. And does he really have a spirit or a soul in general? I can't answer that question. And she thought it was going to be easy. I didn't think it was going to be easy, but I didn't think it was going to be painful. And welcome in, by the way, Phoenix. Hello, and hello to you as well, Eska. And Legend says, Bobby fixes the bugs when Eris is asleep. It's a collaboration. So every time the skull goes in the middle, I hit space. This is taking longer, so I'm thinking it might not, 0.8. I think that's close enough not to be game breaking. I think maybe it was 0.5, but you know what? Let's give it a go. It should be very easy to test to see if it'll break. Fun thing is, not recently at least, but a few months ago, we held a challenge, not a game jam, but a music jam for the game, where people were able to submit their songs and maps of the game, since it is a rhythm game. And you can see here, test your own songs. And the idea is that you have some music and you have the map to type to. So people were able to submit their songs, and we've got 3 winners. And you can still, if you'd like as well, mess around with the game and see if you can find some, or make some fun songs too. So I should be able to test to see if it'll give me the glitch. If I click start here, and we'll know it's a glitch if the words start meshing together. But I think we're good. They're not angry, so I'll take it. Alrighty then, let's try the tutorial. So I'll click on this guy, click on tutorial, make the screen a little bit bigger, and here's the game. And here's little Gabriella here. And you can see a customer has appeared, so let's go ahead and sit them down. There you go, customer. The customer's going to find a spot to sit, read their book, and once they're ready to order, they'll wave their little hand around. So we'll go ahead and take their order, and if I hold down space, you can see this is the book. This is where you can check to see what the customer status is. And there's a little bit of pink going on here, purple, and a bit of an icon, and this stands for different flavors. As in this game, the idea is that each different wizard class is associated with a different flavor and different color. In my case, I am a necromancer, and the flavor is bitter. And as you go along, as more wizards come to your cafe, you'll unlock more wizards and you'll unlock more flavors. So for example, your fire wizards, your pyromancers, they get the flavor of spicy. And in my game, I have a healer wizard called Medimancer, and they get the flavor of sweet. So we have sweet bitter cake. And I did that too. Lovely. So we need to grab sweet off of the shelf, and we also need to grab bitter off of the shelf. And then we also need to grab cake off the shelf. All of these 3 ingredients together combined will give us a product to serve to the customer. So all I have to do is hold down Q, and then it'll bring us to the spellcasting screen you saw a little bit earlier before. So the idea is that when the letters hit the circle, you have to type them. This bar right here, this big old circle down here, stands for your progress. Once this fills up, the spell is complete. This bar here, you don't want it to fill up. If this fills up, the spell is over. It's your fumble meter. It fills up when you miss notes. And hi, Amir. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. With all that said and done, let's see how well I can type. Let's see. B-E-W-A-R-E space T-H-E space J-A-B-B-E-R W-O-C-K comma space M-Y space S-O. Alright, let's see. N space T-H-E space J-A-W S space T-H-A-T space B-I-T. Almost got it completely. That's almost done though. E comma space T-H-E space C-L-A-W-S. And that is the spell complete. I got a 67%. And since it is a prototype, things are subject to change. For example, here, these words, these aren't going to be in the final game. These are placeholders for when the spells are actually fun things to talk about. The hope is that we can figure out the difficulty when someone's able to send me them getting 100% accuracy. So for right now, this song is supposed to be easy. We want the tutorial song to be easy. The fact I only got 67% shows it's not easy enough yet. And I did do a little bit good. That streak there. Every purple means perfect. So I initially, my rhythm was on. Is that a dare? It's a challenge. I need to know what's possible. And the thing is that a lot of game developers aren't good at their own games, but that's okay. But it is quite silly to think about how, for example, in like a, FPS game, that the developers themselves aren't like grandmasters or masters at the game. And I find that something silly, but I also think it makes a lot of sense. How can you get good at your own game if you're too busy working on your game? It's a lot of time invest, but it's nice to see people actually having skill at the game. It's very enjoyable. So we have this little cake here, and we can go ahead and serve it to the customer. The customer will eat, and once they're ready to leave, they wipe their mouth, and they will be on their way. And just like that, that is what is currently in the game. Now, what we've been doing recently is, since this is a year-old project, what we've recently done is refactor the game, so we've been cleaning up a lot of code. And if you notice here, we have customer served, angry customers, and we also have on here ghost served. Ghosts were what's the word I'm looking for? Ghosts were a feature in the game initially. However, they were removed due to breaking the system that I had recreated. If I go back to this guy here, hold on, never mind. I don't want to go back to that guy. I will bring you into the other guy. So let's see, you hear, go ahead, have the music. Not music anymore, lovely. Make sure this music is musicking, and we can go into this screen right over here. Lovely. And from there, yep, I did read that too. Good. And if I click on this brings us to Godot and here. So the music system you see with all of the typing, that used to be a different system. It's gone through different stages of life and cycle, and this is the most recent version. If I had to guess, I'd say it's gone through maybe 5 different iterations before landing on this one, which I'm hoping to be the final version. But as an example, initially, the game worked off of a metronome, so there was a constant metronome in the game you had to listen to, and this metronome would affect different parts of the game. And one of those things that it affected, if I go into here and go into the game itself, and hi Agape, welcome in the stream, and no coding time. Today is very much a coding stream, though I think we might be starting off with a little bit of art. Maybe, we'll see. Moving around here, the ghosts themselves, when they spawned in the game, these little guys right here, they changed the way the game worked, and they didn't work with the old system. So now that there's a new system and a new way the game works, we're re-adding the ghosts back in an attempt to make them back to what they were, or at least get an idea of what they used to be. Since we are Necromancer, we should be able to handle ghosts easy peasy. However, Gabriella here, she is terrified of ghosts. Hence why the ghosts are your enemies. The ghosts are friendly, but that doesn't matter. It's an irrational fear of hers. So the idea is that not only do you have to serve customers in this game, you also have to serve ghosts to banish them because you don't want them around you. And as long as you can get the feedback from the casuals, pros and our fans of the game, and maybe speedrunners, you don't really need to be good at the game. Fair point as well too, yeah, Jack. Let's see here. I should be able to bring you into concepts. And so that's what we've been doing. If I scroll out here, you can see some ideas associated with the ghost. We want the ghost to wander around the cafe, follow the player, and this memory dish idea here is supposed to play into the idea of flavors in the game. Since wizards are represented by flavors, the ghost also has a flavor. And can I pet that ghost? Someone suggested maybe later on in the game, you learn to not have that rational fear of ghosts. Maybe there's a happy ending where you and the ghost can get along, and I quite like that idea. The thing is, this game is meant to be, was meant to be a small project. A project I could finish in a few months. As I said before, it's been a little bit over a year, so my ideas weren't as small as I first initially thought. So therefore, here we are. I'm using the knowledge of making this game to get a better experience and better understanding of what it takes to go into a game. So not only am I doing the programming, I'm also doing the art of the game, and I didn't think I had to, but now I'm also doing the music, since to make a good rhythm game, you kind of have to know how music works and tempo and beats per minute. Who would have thought? Surely not me. So, this game has been a journey, but a very enjoyable one, and I'm excited now that we get to re-add the ghost in, as the ghosts were one of my favorite ideas, but we couldn't touch it because we were working on other things, so it's nice that we can get back to our own roots. So what we'll be doing today is we'll continue to work off of checking off of this list. You can see here, idea mechanics. We have ghost wander, follow player, memory dish, and customer fear aura. If I scroll up here, we should be able to see it. Ghost wander plus follow player. And I mean, a few can be interpreted in many ways. I don't think 13 plus months counts though. You know, the thing is as well, it's the amount of time I also spend off stream working on it. The issue is, recently my schedule's gotten super busy, so it's become really hard to work on it off stream unless it's like at vampire hours, or no, at ghost hours of the night. Which is a little unfortunate, but I want to, especially because it's getting towards December, work towards getting a demo out for the game. That's my goal, but I only realized yesterday that December is a month away. Technically 2 months, but December's next month. I didn't think of that. I didn't know. And now that I know that, it's the realization of, wow, next year's around the corner. So, what we've been working on since I think about last week, and we worked on it as well on Friday, was this little checklist here. We needed to be able to spawn the ghost. Let me grab my pen here. We need to be able to spawn the ghosts themselves, and I can show you as well. You know what, that might be a little bit easier than the writing you see, as these have been implemented. So if I go back into programming here, you should be able to see our little ghosty guy here. And this little ghosty guy, actually, let me do this here, and then do this, let's see, visible collision shapes, and click on play here. There we are. So the idea is that when ghosts are present in the game, they change the way the game's played. Not only must you banish the ghost, you've got to do it in enough time, because ghosts scare away customers, at least the customers that aren't necromancers. So the hope is that you have to balance multiple different things. So do you serve the ghost first, or do you serve the customers first? Things of that nature. So if I go ahead, we now have the ability to spawn in the ghost. And you can see here, the ghost sits right here. Now, the idea is that the ghost has an internal timer, and once the timer ticks up, it'll see if it can wander around the cafe. At the moment, the ghost can go to 3 different places. It can go here, it can go here, or it can go here. And the way I have it coded, I can add more spaces or I can remove more spaces. So the hope is that this goes right here, he'll wander around the cafe and it'll keep you busy. And he's just a little guy, he is, isn't he? He's kind of a little bit static and staring into your soul, but he's just a little guy. What we've been working on is now the timer should work correctly. We haven't stood it up yet, but now the customer should be, not customer, I'm so used to saying customer. The ghost should be able to move if we command it to. So, move, ghost, move to a different spot here. Look at him. And he's vibrating, but he's okay. He'll be fine. That's just the side effect of getting a little exercise. We can spawn in another ghost here. You can see if I do this guy here, and look at that. And now we know guaranteed, bugs aside, there's no more bugs. I can move this guy since there's only 2 spots. I know for certain this ghost here, if I move him, is going to go to the spot. So all I have to do again is just move that ghost, and look at that. He goes to this spot. And then I can go ahead and move this guy. Since this spot is empty, he'll go to that spot. So if I go ahead and command that ghost to move, he'll go to that spot. So it is now reliable on the idea of which spots they can go, which spots can be moved to, things of that nature. So we can go ahead and check off moving ghost, idle ghost, things of that nature. However, as they're vibrating, I think they might be a little bit hungry. So what we can do is we can also banish the ghost, and the ghosts are banished whenever you feed them a memory flavor of something. I want to, in the game, go a little bit more in depth in the sense of the ghosts will be maybe different colors associated with different emotions, and a ghost that is sad, for example, maybe you have to feed it a happy memory, but maybe what might be a happy memory, maybe if the ghost is a sad ghost, you'll recognize it, and oh, hydrate, sure.
On keyboard, just
water time
hydrate.
It is. Let's see here. Hydration, all good to go. Thank you for that redeem. With that said, the idea is that if the ghost, depending on the ghost emotion, goes banished when we hydrate. You know what? Why don't we make something that is a liquid? We don't have any water in the cafe, but we have cocoa. Is that good enough? So we can go ahead, and the idea is, if they're sad, maybe you have to feed them a sweet and then a memory flavored type of dish. Ghosts have the flavor memory, and you'll have to mix the memory with certain things. At the moment, it doesn't matter what it is, it just has to have something of memory in it. So I can go ahead, mix this together. We'll go ahead and skip the mini game here, and once that's done, we get the dish that will banish the ghost. And we go back in here, and you know what? We'll banish this ghost. We feed the ghost the object, and there it is. It's gone. So we have all of that good to go. And you shiver in fear. The ghost shakes in excitement in response. That sounds straight out of Undertale. So we have everything is working as it should. At the moment, everything that we've been trying to do, aside from that one bug, is good to go. And if I was a ghost, I want cocoa too. I mean, it is quite a comforting drink. The idea is that the memory flavor kind of makes it so that the ghost can drink it, since technically they shouldn't be able to eat food, but this is ghostly food. This is magic, and it's okay because she's a necromancer, and we can make the rules however we want. Let me go ahead back into concepts here. So we've already gone ahead, and we have now the function to spawn the ghost, we have the function to ban the ghost, we have the function to ban the ghost with the food given, and we also have the function to rotate the ghost whenever they move around. The last thing on the list of the ghost wandering was the ability to add animation. Right now, the ghost is still running on the old sprite system, so we're going to take the time now to update its sprite. We're going to keep the old sprite, since I think it's a little bit silly in the sense of it's a ghost of the ghost sprite. I think that's quite silly. And hi, the Linux developer. Welcome into stream. Sup, Flendo? Hi, and hi to you as well. Knickknacks, welcome into stream too. And I mean, if I was dead and hadn't eaten in months or years, even I'd like to eat something more than cocoa. Well, it's supposed to be, these ghosts are supposed to be a concentrated emotion. And so you need to soothe this emotion, whether it's angry or overexcited. And the food itself is less about eating and more just about getting a certain feeling. If you've seen maybe, what's a good way to think of it? Ratatouille? When Remy eats the cheese and the strawberry together, and he closes his eyes and he thinks of all the patterns and emotion in his mind, that's what's supposed to happen. That's the feeling we're going for. So what we'll do is I'll bring you back into, let's see, concepts here. Oh, actually, we need to figure out what animations we want. We need a ghost idle animation, we need a ghost move animation, and all the ghosts know I agree. And next time we see a ghost, I'll throw some chicken nuggets at it. The chicken nuggets will go right through. They have to be magical chicken nuggets. Very important. And oh, thank you for the super, Dave. Oh, I'll do my best to try to see if I can pronounce it. Dave, maybe Cinzano? But Bianco Lister, possibly? Thank you for the super sticker. I don't know why it didn't pop up. And I don't know the currency as well. The CZK500. I don't know it, but thank you regardless. And welcome into stream too. So hi all around, and welcome again. Let's see here. If I go to you here, and slide to here. So we need, let's see. We need an idle animation, right? So I'll do idle here. We need an idle ID, ILE. We need an idle animation. We need a wander animation, WANDER. Oh, DER, wander animation when it's moving around. wander, or I guess, oh, a move animation. Let's say that instead. Move animation, M-O-V-E. And we also need a follow animation, F-O-L-L-O-W. These are the 3 animations we need. And if I go back into, let's see here, the screen right here. We go into this one, and I open up Ghost. You should be able to see this little guy here has some special abilities. If we turn this on, and we turn this on, if the player is within the blue circle, the ghost will follow her. The ghost is designed to track her down since she is a necromancer. And magical chicken nugget sounds very much like an illegal No, well, technically speaking, this is very CZK is Czech core. Oh, I know it's a currency. I've never heard of it before though. It is interesting. And is it Koruna possibly? Or I know the first word. I've seen that Czech before. Words. Also, I am speaking. I don't remember. Yes, circle, blue circle of magic. When the player is in the circle, the ghost will follow her because she brings them a sense of peace. Every necromancer in this world can see the ghost. Every necromancer in this world can see ghosts. They're not bothered by ghosts. So ghosts are naturally drawn to necromancers because of their energy. The issue is Gabriella has a lot of this energy, hence also why she's very afraid of ghosts, since even if she's in a room of necromancers, the ghosts are still going to go for her. So the ghosts end up crowding around her. So the idea is that when you're in here, the ghost will follow you. And we need to make an animation or a thing showing when the ghost is in your radius. That's what we need to work on. But to do all of that, if you see here, we have ghost and we have here as well. On body entered, on vision body entered, all of these guys here, and we don't want these. These guys are not good to go. And so they just want to vibe with her? Yeah, they do, but she's afraid of them. That's the thing. The ghosts are good. The ghosts aren't hostile. They are maybe just a minor inconvenience when it boils down to things. We have on here on status body ready, and these guys here are responsible for when the customers are feared, so we'll worry about that a little bit later. Tracking customer fear, F-E-A-R, and this is clear all customers in range. All right, so this is tracking customer fear, and this is tracking player location. There we are. That should be good to go. And let me also do double hashtag as well. And you can see on here we have 2 states. At the moment, we have this state manager, and we have move and idle. That is what the That is what the ghost can only do. It has a move state here. And if I click on it, you should also be able to see the animation isn't currently doing anything. The ghost kind of just looks a little funny. So what we're going to try to do is see if we can update well, not quite update the looks of the ghost, but make it look like the ghost can function. That way when we actually do go back and redo all the sprites and refresh them and make them a little bit cleaner, well, it will already have the groundwork of everything that needs to be done. So with that said, if we have here, let's see, and I'm just wondering why the thing isn't popping up, but that's okay. Well, we'll be a-okay and fine. Let me just double check to make sure this is good. Yep, lovely. Okay, so, what was I saying? I'm getting very sidetracked today, aren't I? I did read that too. Lovely. Okay, so let's see here. In our advanced sprites here, nope. We need game sprites, nope. We need cafe, we need entities, and we need ghost. Ghost right here. And if we go, and do ghosts have spiritual presence, strength, and variations? That's a good question. The thing is, I'd love to have a lot of flavor for the things in the game, and I'd love to have like different strengths of ghosts and different mechanics, but the goal is to keep things at least simple enough to make the game, and then I'd love to go back and add all the ideas, and i.e. how tied to the mortal plane. In this game at least, the ghosts have a presence. It was suggested, and I think it's on here too, that the ghost would be able to move around your ingredients and you'd have to go catch them, things like that. I think that could be fun too. Things like that, where the ghosts are an inconvenience to the game, but not annoying, just a little bit of an inconvenience where they can mess around with certain things. And you lied to me. You said the stream had keep pixel art on it, and this is basically math. It's not math. I just said we're getting to the play art here. Let's see. Saying that, well, let's look at our ghost here. And you can see ghost state machine. We should be able to see, there it is. Look at it. It's the little old ghost sprite sheet. So without further ado, let me bring you into a sprite here. If I go ahead and close this guy here, I should be able to go to, let's see, you here, open you here, open with shown file manager here. Yep. And I should be able to drag and drop the little ghost sprite sheet if it lets me, though it's frozen for the moment. Give it a good old second here. That there. And then let me go ahead and do draw here. And there we go. Okay, and you can see, this is currently the ghost sprite sheet. However, the ghost doesn't do any of these movements. It doesn't go to the left, it doesn't go to the right, it doesn't go up and down. It only uses the sprite. So the hope is we can code it so that it uses all 4 different directions. That way it's up to par with the current way our system works. So we're going to have to convert this sprite sheet, this old one, the way I had sprite sheet set, into something a little bit different. So if I go ahead and I go and grab the player sprite sheet, we'll kind of just copy over. I think that might be the best method of action. So I'll go ahead and grab that here and open that here. He looks so cute. Thank you. This little ghost guy here is just a recolor of the old customer design. It's just a lighter version. Let me actually see if I can grab the old customer. If I go to, let's see, you here, material here. I should have the old customer. I do my best to not delete anything since it's nice to go back and see the old versions of something. So let's see here. Customer. Do I have you here? NPC redesign. There is that here. This is what the customer used to look like. And for a moment or two, I also considered making the customer bigger. But the thing is, when you work with bigger sprites, there's more work. You have to do a lot more if you want the customers to be bigger. So imagine all the animations you'd have to do. So by keeping the sprites smaller and more chibi, you don't have to, it's not as much. And since I want to have a lot of different animations, going for something a little bit smaller makes it a little bit easier to do. They had a little wave here, the other little wave. These were the old customers. I haven't seen these sprites in ages. They're still quite cute. So this guy here is just a recolor of, or this is just a recolor of that. And they look like spiders in some places, harmless and curious, but a pest which scared many people. Yeah, it's just the thing of like, I'm quite uncomfortable in the space, but I don't know why. And the updated customer you saw earlier as well. Now looks like, let's see if I can find the customer here. Lovely. The new customer looks like, oh, this is a big sprite. You look fine. Up, down, left, right. Up, down, left, right. Let's see. You here, down here. Huh. Why does it look layered? That is quite odd. Customer, what's going on here? Oh, I know why. There we are. There you go. Down, up. There you go. There you are. So this is the new look of the customer. This was the old look of the customer. So they have had a refresh. However, the ghost has not. And, let me see if I can get that translated. Thank you for the super chat again, Dave. My goodness, I really do appreciate the generosity. Let's see here. Let me copy that and move this over to here and move this to translate. Here and here. It's not translating, unfortunately. Let me try a different website and see if it'll do it there. No. Hold on. Let me this looks like now that I'm looking at it a little bit more in detail, one of the words there says Cthulhu. So maybe it's not actually a language. Maybe it's just eldritch casting. If that's the case. How charming. Thank you. I am an Eldritch Big, not that type of Eldritch Big. Thank you again. And hold on, let me also do this here. And then, as well, because I don't understand the currency, let me make sure I think it properly with the amount. It's I don't know how to say it. CZK 500 and CZK 1000. And that translates too, so my mind can connect the two. Let's see. The CZK 2, and then, just so I can say it properly, let's see here. That into that, and then that into that. So I believe it would be about, if I'm doing the math here right, it's a math stream, but my math is failing me at the moment. I'm going to take a guesstimate that it was $100, I think. And if that is the case, again, thank you. Whether it's more or less, that's my guess. And regardless of the price, I'm still very grateful you even came here today. And I hope you enjoy it around here as well. Saying that, let's see, I'll close this here. And what if they're trying to get you to cast a spell? It could be a banishment spell as well. You know what? I never considered that. Let me go back to this guy here. If I had to guess, it's like That's my best guess on how you would say it. Oh boy. And you're gonna use infectious. Thank you. I do try. It's quite fun. I enjoy this. I enjoy getting to see this. So with all that said, this is the old way I organize sprite sheets. This is the new way I organize sprite sheets. It's just a little bit different. If I go ahead and move you, let's see, to bottom. Now how I do it is I organize everything via, what is the string? And if I slide myself on over here, let's see, to the right here, you should be able to see a little bit better. We have an idle for her idle walk. We have walk down, walk up, walk left, walk right. And that's what we'll be doing for a little ghost guy here. And chat, if you see Cthulhu on the news, was there somebody? I would never. That's unwanted. Well, it was not even competition. It's not even a fair fight. And hi, bye. Welcome into stream. And I mean, Chick sounds like a demonic baby talking. I would never. I've never heard of it. I don't think I've ever heard of it. Now I think of it before, but demonic baby talk. Oh, that's silly. Let's see here. What I'll do is I'll save this as, instead of saving it as a player sprite, we'll save it as our ghost sprite. So as it's on here, and we'll go ahead and save ghost_sprite. GHOST. Ghost sprite. So now it is our ghost sprite. From there, what we'll do is I will move this guy up. We'll only remove, we'll remove everything here, and we'll also remove everything here. Now, we have idle, walk down, walk up, walk left, walk right. All we really have to do is just replace this guy here with, move it over here. Shouldn't be too painful. So for example here, and actually, let me just double check. Our walking down actually looks like you're walking down, right? Okay, just double checking here. Sometimes the wording gets a little off. So walk down is walk down. So let's start off by doing a idle, shall we? So I'll go ahead and grab this guy, copy it, and then what we have here is our walk down and then, like that. So if I go to the next if I go to the next frame, we just slide this guy over here, and oh, hold on. We just then, let's see, move there. Next frame, we slide it to the third guy here. Next frame, paste it again. And we now should have our updated, let's see, little walk down. That's a little walk animation that was originally planned. Next up, we have our walk up. So let's go ahead and copy that as well. So we'll go ahead and grab this guy here. We have our walk up. I can go ahead and pause it too. So we have walk up. We have next one, walk up. We have next one, walk up here. And then we also have walk up here, like that. So that's our walk up. We also have our walk left. So let's see here. We go to the left here. You right there, copy you, paste you here. So left, we have left, and it's so cute. Thank you, Vi. I do appreciate he's just a little guy. I do love the idea of just retexturing something if it needs to be a placeholder. And the thing is, I like the pun. It's the ghost of the ghost design. It's the old coming anew. Maybe there's a way we can keep it in the game while still keeping it up to date with all the other assets when the time comes. We have walk right here, we have walk right, we have walk right, and this little guy, exactly. Let's see here, we also have walk right. So now we should have all the animations. So we have walk down, all good to go. We have walk up, little guy like that, walk left like that, and we also have walk right. That's all good and dandy. Next up, we're gonna need an idle. So how do you think we can do an idle? It doesn't have to be very detailed. Maybe it kind of just bobs up and down a little bit. I think that might work. So what we'll do is we'll just copy this and we'll go maybe down a little bit, maybe like that. And then maybe we'll go maybe up a little bit, and maybe we'll go up a lot of bit. And we'll make it 4 frames. Let's see how that looks. So just a little bit of a bobbing kind of action here. Something like that. Does it look a little bit too staggery though, do you think? Or can we smooth it out a little bit? Let's see. You start off by going down by, you go down by a lot. So maybe you go down by 1. And let's see, you go here, down. You go down again, like that. And I went to YouTube to see what was posted. It's the cultist chant from the Call of Cthulhu. I got an idea from the word Cthulhu itself, but is it really just summon? Good. I'm hoping I'm resting on my Eldritch. That's lovely. Thank you again. Hold on. Yeah, Dave. Thank you again. Oh, wonderful. You were. Oh, that's wonderful. Let's see here. The ghost kind of goes above, up, down. So we have you here, and then we have down, and then we have down, and then it goes up, maybe a little less up. Something like maybe like that here. There we go. I quite like this. I think this is a good idle animation for our ghost. So when the ghost is just sitting still, when it's not doing anything, it idles. When it's walking, it's going to walk down. This walking is a little bit fast though. Like, he's moving it, he's booking it. He's supposed to be more of a glidey type of character, and he's so cute. I've let him haunt me. I mean, they make okay roommates as long as they're not angry ghosts. These ghosts, they're moderately. And I mean, my first pixel art, it was fun. Or I was fun even, hold on. I made my first pixel art. I was fun. Even I made my YouTube channel. Congrats, Vi. I'm glad to hear it was fun. That's always what it's about. Enjoying yourself and whatever you get up to. Let's see here. Slowly like that. I think that's a little bit better. Maybe just a little bit slower. So we'll go a little bit slower, possibly like that there. I think that works out better. He's not going super fast anymore. Just a little bit of motion. It looks like these are little arms, like a little T-Rex. You know, it's fine. This is just the prototype version, so it'll work out well. From there, we're also going to need a hover, some sort of hover. And now I'm looking at this as well. I'm realizing it really does look like it's walking. The idle looks like ghost idle. So, question is, do we do that for the other guys too? I think it might be worth it, just because I think it'd be a cute idea to have it look like it's hovering. So we'll just modify these a little bit. For example, have this guy here. We know that this is our left guy here, and we know that this is our right guy here. And from there, what I'll do is, I'll see about how low it goes. So from our top one, we go down one. So I just, oh, hold on, this is idle as well. So we'll just paste that there, so that's walked down. And ooh, I'm a little goose. How spooky, ooh. We'll go ahead and move our walk down guy by one down here. And then we have, let's see, another down one, and I believe it goes up one. So it goes, if the pattern following correctly, is down one, we go down one, and then we go up one. So up one, like that. A little bit of a hover, though I don't know if it looks as well as that hover. And hydrate!
Cat sat on keyboard just redeemed hydrate.
Then. Let's see. I have hydrated before I dehydrated, so thank you for that one there. Alrighty, so let's see here. Why doesn't it feel, this one feels hovery, right? This one here, it doesn't feel as hovery. It feels a little bit stagnant if I had to guess. So we go down one, hold on, let's see. We go down one, you should go down one again. I see, hold on. And down one, and then you go up one, like that. There we go. It's hovery. And hi, Mr. Dream Studio. Welcome into stream. But don't drown her too much. Don't worry. The good news is, the timer, it used to be. People did try. Attempts were made, but they were, what's the word I'm looking for? They failed. And hey, have you paid the rent already? I don't like the way you worded that, Check. And thwarted. Yes, indeed. And hi, Split Mango. Welcome into stream. Yeah, your plans have been thwarted. Oh, that's lovely. We'll go ahead and do the same thing for this guy here. So we'll move him down one. We'll copy him. We'll move him down one again. Like, oh, hold on. That's a little bit too much down. We'll copy him again, and we'll move him down. We'll move him up one. So it looks like a little bit of a hovery. So we're feeling. Oh, is it Rye or was it? No. I think this is a different name. Thwarted. Terrible. Awful, I say. And hi, Ray. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. And let me also move this guy up here so that I can keep track of things here too. Lovely. Good. Okay, good. I am glad to see it. And welcome again. Thwarted. Oh, that was awful. Let's look at the walk right. So this guy is just going to come down by one, and then it's going to come down. Oh, hold on if I can grab it. Copy. We'll do this guy here. If it'll let me. Why won't you let me copy? Paste. Yes. Go down one. And then I want you to go up one from here. If we do this guy, move it up. There we are. So now it's a little bit more ghostly. It's more static technically, but it feels more ghostly without actually doing too much modifying. Just an idle down. Well, this is an idle. This is a walk. This is a walk up. This is a walk left. This is a walk right. And what we could do just for a little bit of fun here is we can maybe have them look left and right. How about that? For example, maybe, oh, hold on, that's a little bit too big. We can have the eyes look a little bit over here, maybe more so possibly like this. And then have this guy, let's see, do that there. A little bit of movement over here. Yeah, the issue is when you do eye movements, it's hard if there's two of them. And adding some ripples / waves to the clothes could help sell the hover effect better. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to go too in depth with it since I do want to edit it more in detail, but I want to just clean it just a little bit, just a little modifying, since I think maybe this might be it's right for another good few, maybe at least another month or two. And yeah, but I would love to do like some ripples or some other effects. I think that could be fun as well. Let's see, we have you looking left, and it's just the question of how do you make it look left? Would this work for looking left? That doesn't look great. The poor guy doesn't look great at all. Maybe we could have it blink then instead, since that doesn't look like it's working the way I think it will. So maybe we can have it do that, or maybe we can have it do, let's see, if we look left like that, does it look like it's it doesn't look like it at all. I'll have to check as well. How do people do their idle animations when characters are, when they have these eyes, when they're looking left and right? It looks quite silly, doesn't it? You stay here, then the eye left, and then right. So this feels better. So maybe, would you do it? This guy first has to go left, either that, or it has to start off left. So it might have to be like a 3x3 eye. And again, I don't want to go too into detail with this. I just want to make something to have here, so a little bit of character to the ghost, so they're not just completely static. And that doesn't look right? I mean, it was supposed to look left, right? Right. Oh, that's awful. Let's see here. Well, maybe what we can do is just have it do a little bit of a blink. How about that? Like that. A little blink here. Like that. And we'll also, let's see, do you here, you here. Maybe we'll also slow this frame down a little bit for more of a slow blink. Maybe we can even slow it a little bit more, like that there. Something like that. Though the eyes don't like it that way. I take it back. The issue is the motion. So possibly what we do is we do, let's see, that there, that there, that there, that there, that there, that there. Something like that. Though, again, it looks a little bit too long, and I'm not that into Laughcraft, but the parody song on Hey There Delilah named Hey There Cthulhu inspired me. I have never heard of Hey There Cthulhu, and thank you again for another super chat, Dave. Let's see. Let me see. Hey there, C-U-T-H-U, Hey There Cthulhu. I'll have to give that a listen. Maybe we can, since it'll be an ad break. But thank you again for the 1,000. I don't know how to say it. It was mentioned earlier, but the CZK. Thank you again. It does quite mean a lot, and I do appreciate it, especially with the whole Eldritch name about it too. It's rather silly. Let's see here. Maybe we can have the eyes go downwards, or maybe at least we can have them look like they're going downwards. How about that? So something like this here, and then we have, let's see, you here. So maybe the eyes go a little bit down like this, so it looks like it's kind of going downwards. Something like this. Yeah, you know what? I think the simple blink was fine. I think, don't break what isn't broken if it doesn't need to be the case. So we'll do this here, and we'll do this here, and we'll do that there. Something like this, I think, is fine. And lastly, we needed another animation for when the ghost decides it wants to follow you around. So we have the idle, we have the walk, and we also need the follow. So how can we show the ghost is following the player? That's the next thing. Do we make the ghost have a different color? Maybe like pink for just affection, something like that? We could do that. I'll go ahead and copy this guy, and then I'll just do a new guy here. So a new frame here. Move you to, I believe, here, like that here. Delete you, paste you. Oh, if I do this correctly, I need to copy all of these frames like that, and then paste it. Yeah, I see. New frame again, possibly, and paste it. How do I copy you guys? I would like to copy all of you, then paste all of you. Interesting. The name won't show up. And hey, it might be too late to say this, but have you considered using a sine wave to simulate the ghost bobbing, then combine it? The thing is, I have heard of a sine wave. Never done it before, but I know there's things like easing in, easing out, and with the animations to give it a smooth animated feel. Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be something related to easing. That's the sine wave idea, and I know you can do it in Godot. The hope is that all my animations will be done here. That way you don't have to worry about editing them in the script itself. But I do understand what you're saying, Yano. Let's see here. So these first four will be our follow down. So I'll just go ahead and grab these guys here, and we'll do new tag, and it'll be FOLLOW, follow down, and we'll copy that as well. So that'll be follow down. This will be follow up. So new tag here, follow up. So UP like that, follow up. This will be follow left. So let's see, new tag here, follow left, L-E-F-T, and we also have follow right. So follow right, new tag, follow, and then R-I-G-H-T. Follow right there. Yep. And then from there, remove that there and save that there. And I'm thinking, yeah, maybe we could just do a bit of a recolor, just a smidge. For example, here, we can grab these guys and do adjustments, hue and saturation, change the hue of the ghost a little bit to maybe more of a pinkish color if we can find it. Something a little bit more on the necromancy side that has that sort of purple. So something like that. Lower down the saturation a little bit. Maybe brighten up the luminosity a little bit like this here. And then do that there. And I believe it should modify everything. Yes, it does. Lovely. So when the ghost has tracked you down, when you're in the ghost radius, it goes from being a purple or blue to being a purple. And then we could also maybe make it have a happy emote, like a little bit of a blush. And we can add that there. Ads are about to start, so we can go ahead and do those things. I'm quite curious about this Hey There, the Cthulhu, so we'll also take a listen to that as well. Just a quick, but I don't know if it's copyrighted. So I'll only listen to it on my side of things. Hopefully, it shouldn't pop up for you, but let's see. Hey There Cthulhu, let's click it. I've heard of Hey There Delilah, but what's this exactly? If I scroll down here, oh no, yeah, I did read it right. Okay, I'll play it here. And it's lovely. I can already tell. Just the little guitar. I'll have to listen to it in full after the stream, but thank you again for suggesting it, Dave. Let's see here. Our follow down, what we'll do is we will fill this guy in, make it this color, I think should be fine. And we'll just go through, clean this up a little bit, and this will be all we currently have for the ghost. We'll do more later. We just need something so we can tell when the animation should go off, is the hope to do. So, oh, hold on, that's pretty scary. The ghost just looks like that now afterwards. That is quite horrifying. I could at the very least say that. I just wanna move your eyes about that there. There you go. It's nothing too major. You just need a little bit of facelift. Or actually, I think it'd be more so, maybe it'd be, let's see, maybe instead it'd be more so like this here. And then we have a little bit of a blush here. Like a, hold on, blush here. Does that look like a blush? Would you consider that a blush here? Possibly. The issue is just the colors. So maybe, yeah. Maybe we can grab a brighter pink. Something like, nope, not that brighter pink wouldn't work. Something maybe even brighter. Maybe a little bit up here, about there. Maybe that can work. I'm doing my best, I keep saying, not going too into detail, but it's always that thing of when you start going into detail, there's no turning back. I think this works fine though, as a little bit of a blush. Maybe even we can have this here to show off a little bit of a happy face. So I'll copy this here, so you know for certain, these ghosts, they aren't aggressive in the slightest. It's a you problem. And I'll just paste this into here. So we'll do that there. You can't see the back. This here, the blush should be about, let's see, about here. And this guy should be about here. And we'll go ahead and have you here and have you about here. Oh, hold on. Grab you here, copy, paste here, move you down here. We'll go ahead and move you down here as well. And then you should also go back to here. And then lastly, we also have this guy, which is just a flip version of this guy. So we'll do this guy here, flip it, move it there, copy it so we don't have to keep flipping it, paste it. It should be, let's see, you here, you here, you here, you down there, and then one more there. There you are. So now the ghost has a follow and just a wander, as it's not really doing anything. I think that works. And since we have a little bit more ad break on our time, oh, never mind, 14 seconds already, my goodness. Alrighty then, let me get some coffee. I completely forgot about my coffee. What a shame, I say. Good news is, it always stays hot, since I have a little bit of a desk heater. Let's see here. Lovely, and hi Tord, welcome into stream, welcome in, and grab you here and move you here and make it here, and this guy did here. How many here's do you have to fit now? How many here's do you fit in one sentence? Well, you see, you're out there and we're in here and he's out there and you're in here and we're in here and he's out there. I can prove plenty. Let's see here. If they're blushing, they need an eek sound when they're banished. Oh, that's cute. That's an adorable idea. Oh yes, a banished animation. We should certainly do that. I like that idea. The thing is, do we have it so that the banished animation is front facing, or does it have to be the other ones? I do like the eek idea. And thank you for the redeem as well, Cat Sound Keyboard. I'll go ahead and do that redeem too. Lovely. Okay, yeah, you know what? let's do that too, because I would like to at some point add an animation. So let's do something super duper quick for just a banished animation. The animation that should play before the ghost is banished. So on animation complete, play this thing. That's what we're looking to do. So I'll go ahead, I'll copy, hold on. Oh, nope, that's not what I want to do. I'll grab the follow down and we'll go ahead. And I'm thinking instead of the eek idea, I think it would be fun to just have them poof into a bit of smoke. I think that would be quite cute. Just a little banished poof and they're gone. Let's see, follow down here, like that there. And we'll also have banished. So new tag, banished. Well, it's not supposed to be death. It says delete in code, but this is banished. So we'll do banished, B-A-N-I-S-H, banished. Banished animation, B-A-N-I-S-H-E-D. Yep, banished. And with that done, what will have happen is their eyes should maybe go big and maybe large like that. Well, no, they're very happy. In fact, I think they're happy in the sense of they wouldn't poof into smoke. They'd be pleased. An echoed eek. How would that work? What do you think? And no God, no. Let's see. No more coffee. Oh, I thought you were about to say, no God can save you now. I thought that's where you were going with the tort. And no more coffee. The thing is, coffee makes me sleepy. It doesn't help with my energy. I wish it did. Can you imagine a world where coffee could fuel me? The things I could get done. How productive I could be. Speaking of coffee, let me have another sleep. And what? Sleepy? It's a shame. True. And at least it doesn't energize me. And since I'm already sleepy when I drink coffee, it doesn't do anything. Let's see here. Oh, hold on. My throat. Hi, Daddy Big. I'm not finishing that. Quite a name. Is it fine if I just call you Big? Welcome into stream. Thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Hi, welcome in, and thank you for the. Let me get the number. I can't either. It doesn't tell you. It should tell me how many. Hold on. It says, where does it say it at? 5. Thank you for 5. Thank you, and welcome into stream. What an entrance, I must say. What an entrance nonetheless. Saying that, or it hurts. My goodness, let's see here. For the ghost, I'm thinking they kind of maybe just fade. I think an opacity change or something like that would be a good idea. So maybe instead, their little eek, or what type of eek are you thinking of exactly, Check? I'm quite curious now too. And what I'll do here is we'll also do for just our effects, we'll just make them go even brighter with each turn. So for example, here we'll add some luminosity here. We'll brighten up the saturation like this here. Click OK. And then we have you here, you go here, you go here, and then we'll modify these guys so the ghost just gets brighter until it just vanishes. I spilled my tea. I was drinking my coffee. Oh man. And here. A shy one possibly. The thing is, that's what I was talking about earlier with emotions, where the ghost, I'd like it if depending on the ghost, it would have a different animation. But because I don't know how in-depth we will go, we'll keep it to the ghost being just friendly little guys. So when you look at it, you'll know for sure when you're in-game that for some reason, Gabby's afraid of these guys. You'll know for certain, and you'll question to yourself, why afraid when Ghost's so cute? That'll be the question you have to ask. And then we'll do one more adjustment here for hue and saturation. We'll brighten up that luminosity all the way, and we'll also see about maybe making it a bright, well, you know what, this is fine. Something like that there, where this guy here, and maybe as well, they don't move. So they just, let's see, you go, if we go back to here, this guy here, you don't bob down. You go there, and maybe it could be fun for them to go up even. So maybe they go up, and then up, and then up, down. Something like that, possibly, like a little cheer maybe. Possibly, I don't know how well I quite like that. Let's see, you go here, maybe go up here, and I swear, one more here. The good news is, It's not a banned word. So I can say it as much as I want. Thank you very much, though. I do like, I like having a vast vocabulary. The seed, Grandpa. Torrin, hold on. That was justified. Thank you very much. I did what had to be done. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Let's see, looking at this thing that I am trying to distinguish from one another, what we could currently have in our proximity today. Oh boy. I'm thinking then maybe we have one more guy, and then we could also have maybe it could get a little bit bigger around the edges, so something like this, and then we have a little bit bigger here, little bit bigger here, a little bit bigger here, just something like this. So it looks like it's growing a little bit bigger. So this here, and then poof. So do new tab here, and we do a little bit like that there, possibly. We haven't done a quite cloud animation yet, so I'm just winging it, because I'm curious to see if we can make something that looks like it's poofing out, though. That doesn't quite look like what I thought, so maybe, you know what? Save it for a day when I know what I'm doing. For now, we'll stick with what we know. And I think just this little change, and we can also add, there is a banished sound. So we can just modify the sound and add that little guy there, and it should be good to go. So we have our idle animation, we have our walk down animation, our regular animation, but when you have gotten aggro, or I guess when you've gathered affection, then they turn a little bit pink and they start doing, or they turn a little bit pink and they're very happy to see you. I quite like that. And Cloud Study was supposed to happen? Indeed. Now that we're done with Spooky Month, and once we finish with the Dungeon Study, Cloud Study will be on the list next. And well, kudos for trying this vast vocabulary you were talking about. Attempts can always be made. Whether they happen or not, different thing. Oh my. Well, that said, again, thank you to Big. That's all as far as I'll go. Thank you to Big, and also thank you to Dave, the both of you. I really do appreciate it. These names of these words, I can't. Oh my. We'll go ahead and save this guy here. And now we have the updated ghost sprites. Big who? The name itself. They know who I'm talking about. We'll go back to here. We'll go back to here. Where were we? You two, let's see. Programming here. Alrighty, with all of that said, clueless. Oh my, let's see. Now that we have our ghost sprite, if I click back into Godot, we should see now a new ghost guy. So if I click on this here, you can see now we have a ghost_sprite from a sprite, which is good. So the hope is now we can make an advanced sprite, which is a fun thing. Well, I say fun thing, but it's a new system I made to allow me to only edit in a sprite. That way, if I wanted to modify the animations, I wouldn't have to worry about playing with what is it, an animation player down here and doing anything here. It does it automatically in theory. That way, all I have to do is when I want to draw silly doodles, I just do it in the silly doodle program, and then my own programming in Godot will take care of it. And if you're curious, and I like how you define fun. I like seeing what I work on and what I do. I like seeing the robots I make. I like seeing them do the thing that they were programmed to do. If you're curious on what I'm using, I am using a plugin called Sprite Wizard. Sprite, Asprite, W-Z. There you are, Sprite Wizard by this guy right here. So if you like what you say, the thing is though, I didn't modify the plugin itself, but the way I use it might not be how it's typically used. So do keep that in mind. With all of that said though, with all of the warnings out of the way, we need to find an advanced sprite. And I actually think it might just be easier to go to the customer, either the customer or the player. You can see this guy right here. This advanced sprite is what ties everything together. The idea is that this advanced sprite has an animation player, and this animation player will play. It'll go back and forth. It'll do everything it needs to do without me having to worry about it too much. So what I can do is I can go ahead and duplicate this guy here, and we're going to call it our ghost_sprite. S-P-R-I-T-E, ghost sprite. And I believe that's also what we call it for the player. So if I type in player here, you should be able to see player sprite _ yep. And on our player, what do we have? Never mind. The sprite goes in here. So let's go ahead and do that. Advanced sprite, back to you here. It's been a second since I've used these guys. Let's see. Ghost here, type that in. Ghost, and we have ghost sprite. Yeah, we don't need you actually. I take it back. We do it on here. what we'll do is we'll add in an advanced sprite. So an advanced sprite gets added here. And it's like, as I said before, it's like a sprite, but it's my own class. And it's a class I made using the plugin. So if we actually go here, with this advanced sprite, we don't need the animation player, we don't need the sprite, and we don't, I believe, need the animation tree either. Oh, no, we do. We need the animation tree because we go back and forth with animations. We'll be taking a look at the player since the player should have, yep, animation tree. And this animation tree then, let's see, animation player, all these guys, yep, lovely. And we have you guys good to go, I believe. It might be best to look at the customer since the player seems to be working on a different time zone, which is a-okay. So instead of the player for reference, we'll grab the customer here, customer scene, this guy right here. And we have our sprite where we should. The sprite gets added, animation tree gets there. So I believe we're good to go. We'll just reference off of the customer and see if we can figure out how I made it work in the first place, because it's been a bit of a second. The hope is that I left enough comments that I can understand what past me was thinking. So, well, we'll see how well we can do. And, oh, hold on. Hey, it might be late to say this, but, oh, I did read that. Good, lovely. Okay, let me click that guy there, and we should be good to go. With all of that said, we go back to our ghost here, and now we get to have a little bit of fun with it. You can see there is a start, an idle, and a move. In our customer, the way I have my animation tree set is, you can see, we have idle, walking, browsing menu. Actually, this walking is supposed to be lowercase. These are all supposed to be lowercase. I hope that didn't break it. But that walking guy there is supposed to be lowercase. And in our customer, if I click on here, I'm wondering where we're keeping these guys at. So if I scroll down, we have customer status, and then we have status to animation tree dictionary. That's how I'm keeping everything held up. So what we'll do is we will grab everything in customer and move it over to ghost. So I should just be able to do is grab these guys here and copy you and move you over to our ghostly boyo here, and we can paste it. Since right now, this guy's pretty bare, but we're good to go. So we're going to need a status, right? And Dave, I'm probably butchering it, and I can try again if you'd like. Well, if you can figure out a way to say how to say it. But hopefully Dave's all right. And listener is a red dwarf. Red dwarf, is that from somewhere? The only dwarfs I know about are either Lord of the Rings or in D&D or in those fantasy places. But I've never heard of a red dwarf before specifically. And what you can see here is we have status, in queue, walking, browsing menu. So what are the statuses we're looking for? We have idle, I-D-L-E, idle, banishing, so banishing, banished, B-N-I-S-H-E-D, banished. We have idle, we have banished, we have, let's see, following, and we have wander. Wander, that's the status. Is the status wander? Is the status follow? I think that's all we need. Follow, wander, banish, and idle. And this is where you find out Old Ears was insane. Maybe. However, I like to think that it is not insanity, but it is not insanity. Let me believe. Oh boy, here. So let's see. We have customer list of line of processing goes from top to bottom. I see. Okay. So if that's the case, we have idle, we have follow, we have wander, and we have you here. There we are. Insanity. And come back. I was eating pizza. Well, welcome back in, Vi. Welcome back into stream. And yes, indeed, sanity is a very a thing that happens around here very often, as is the case when you have such an orderly place. Truly. We have status here, and the status we'll start off with is idle. So idle there, current status idle. Then we have status to animation tree name dictionary. And the idea here is that we have status idle, so you here. We have follow, you here. We have wander, you here, and we also have banished. That's all we should need. So I'll go ahead and remove this as well. And we have exiting statuses. So this here is for customer specifically, and I think we use exiting status elsewhere too. So we don't need this because it's not a thing for Ghost. Don't need it. We have status to animation tree bool. That's just grabbing these statuses again, and we'll paste it here. So we have walking, follow, or following. Oh, we have, yeah, hold on. There's no walking. There, I spotted one guy that was not like the others. We have idle, follow, wander, and banished. So follow, wander, and banished. So what's the status? They're wander. Oh, you know what? I don't like the way that sounds. We'll go with wandering. W-A-N-D-E-R-N-G. Wandering. I like that better. Hold on. Wander and Control F, Control R, and no petting ghost. Maybe in the future, Cat. You know, the thing is, right? Gotta remember, we're dealing with a character who's afraid. But maybe, depending on how you play the game, as you progress, you go down the line of embracing the ghost. Because I do hope to have a system in place where you are rewarded for banishing the ghost via getting power-ups. Again, though, could be a little bit too extensive of a system, but I think that could be fun. I do always like games that have multiple endings. I need the petting ghost DLC. Where the whole game diverges from serving customers to only serving ghosts. And hi, Katori, was it, I believe? Katori, I think possibly I can try again, but welcome back in. Welcome back into stream. And what's happening today? You go to therapy? Therapy, of course, it's very healthy, and I'm the very sane, I've been told. And what's happening today? Today, we are working on animations for our ghostly guy here. If I bring you into here, I can very quickly show you. If we go to here and here, you can see this was the old way I did sprite sheets when it came to animations and characters. And now with my new system, because the ghost was old, we are updating the ghost today. So the hope is that we can get the animations working for the ghost moving around, since right now, all the ghost can do is it just stands there menacingly. It doesn't even, when it moves, it doesn't even turn left or right. Because I disabled it, it only did this. So the hope is now that we've updated these sprites a little bit, now they've got a little bit of movement. The only issue is now implementing said movement into the system. I made a system for how to add animations in, so we're just going through that now to see if we can get it working. The scary part is to see if we can get it working. Let me go back into here. All of that said, what we were doing is, my idea and how I've been doing this is I have each animation, and I can show you here as well. Each animation is drawn, or it's labeled by a string. So these guys here, these groups, idle, walk down, walk up, and no, I mean Gabby goes to therapy. Oh, I see. You know what? Maybe you could invest in that. That's one of the reasons why she does not want to become a necromancer. She is a necromancer, but she doesn't want to go into the necromancy business because of her fear. She likes the whole death and all of that stuff. That's great, that's fine, but ghosts, no thank you. And I want a ghost in my house now. I'll purchase a Ouija board. These ghosts are quite friendly, don't you worry. They're not really gonna harm you, only maybe disturb you a little bit. So they have 4 statuses: idle, follow, wandering, and banished. And the idea is, let's see, following, I do also like that as differently. So Control F, Control R, and we have following. I like that wording better. And we have idle, following, wandering, or banished. Yep, I think that works fine. From there, we can also remove the customer statuses since we don't need those. These are all false, which is good to go. And therapy DLC. It's a ghost expansion DLC. That'd be quite cute. That would add all the emotions to the... Well, no, hold on. It's not DLC. It'd just be an update to the game. Hold on now. When I do make my games, my hope is to never dive into DLC. I would want to do something like Minecraft or Stardew Valley, where it's just an update to the game. I think that's fun. The only issue is figuring out how to update it and not break old code. If you've been working on the game for like 10 years, it's scary. But I'm hoping the more we do this, the less scary it gets. So we have idle, we have following, F-O-L-L-O-W-I-N-G, following, we have wandering, W-A-N-D-E-R-I-N-G, wandering, and we also have banished, B-A-N-I-S-H-E-D. Banished, like that. And DLCs can be free? Oh, you know what? Fair point. I got used to DLCs not being free. Oh boy, but you make a fair point. I feel like there's a few, like, what is it, FNAF? There was a FNAF DLC that was free, I believe. And is there a unit testing equivalent in video games? Depending on the video game, there is. It depends though. There's a few, and I do have my own unit tester. For example, if I click on this guy here, unless I of course broke anything, then we can't talk. But I think we're good. I have a unit tester for customers where, if need be, I can just spawn in all the customers. Oh, never mind. So, yeah, customer move speed. Why are you angry? Did I write something wrong? Oh, hold on. Yeah, error, something there. Haha. So it seems to be the case. Maybe something broke that I didn't even think could be broken. Oh no! What have I done? We were touching ghosts. How have customers been affected? And why every time I have a favorite character because of trouble, I imagine myself doing free therapy? Oh, that's sweet. You just, sometimes the characters need hugs. Spawn in customer. Okay, customer, you're able to be spawned in. So why is it not working? Okay, let's see. Physics update invalid property at all. So you remember how I was talking about the walking, the letter being wrong? Yeah, and my saying to myself, yes, this is uppercase. It should not be uppercase. I think that'll fix it. I'll hold your horses there. I think we're good to go now. That specific one. Oh man, this is why you don't touch strings. Strings are very scary for that reason, because if you misdo a string, that's all it takes. And that means you create your own subscript slash plugin. No, I have not done that. That is advanced, and I am very much still a beginner. I would love to, but that's not a thing at the moment. And the new Godot, hold on. Let me read that a little bit clearer. That means you create your own script plugin that you can add advanced animations to Godot, or the new Godot added a great solution to animations. I just listened and creating my own creations after we draw together yesterday. I just now know how to be happy with the creations I create. Oh, it's lovely. And don't think to be so angry. That's also good too. And past situation calls this. By the way, thanks for yesterday's all ago. Well, thanks for coming, and I'm really happy to hear it. I used to get very frustrated too. And the thing was, I used to be very stubborn. Maybe I'm still a little bit stubborn. The stubbornness was saying that I wasn't, but I've gotten a lot better with just being okay, things not being perfect. And hi, hello, welcome to this stream. And hello, Air. Sorry I'm late. Again, never be sorry. No worries at all. Feel free to come and co as you please. There is no requirement in the slightest. You can see, for limit testing, for stress testing, I have a command where I can spawn in customers. And it's a little broken, but the idea is that it should catch when customers aren't working. That's the type of limit testing I'm able to do. You would have to code it in yourself. As for the idea of the script and plugin, I'm using one. I didn't make one, and it's called a sprite wizard. So if I go up here to Asset Library and I do ASEPRATE WZARD, a sprite wizard. It's this guy right here. So if you like what you see, you might like that guy. I find it amazing how you're able to talk so fast. It is pure excitement, and you will never beat it out of me. I am not looking for violence, so technically speaking, you're true. That's beating it is off the table. And I wonder if there's any way to make the input all uppercase or lowercase. For the plugin with that command, with the commands, just so uppercase and lowercase. The thing is,
Mr. Dream
this isn't a
Studio
plugin
just
here,
redeemed
and
three,
sure. And this is slow for her. Is it? Hold on, let's see some stratos. And that's a curious thing to ask, Latch. I'll show you a little bit of my modification of how the animation works, and maybe that can give you an idea of how I'm using it. Hydrate!
Just redeemed
Alright,
hydrate.
hold on. Let's go ahead and stretch. Let's start off by going to the right a little bit. Oh no, I missed 81 minutes ago. No worries at all, Carrie. We started about 15-ish minutes late, but I'm happy to see your name again here. Welcome in. Let's go to the right. Let's then go back. And then let's go forward. Alrighty, and for that hydration, also hydrating for that too. Lovely. So, with all of that said and done, and speaking of sorry, I have to go. No worries at all, Check. Thanks for stopping by and chatting as you always do. It's always nice to see a familiar name here. I hope whatever you get up to is quite lovely and dandy. And I can only keep up due to my ADHD brain already. Let's see here. So usually when it comes to characters and sprites and things of that nature, what you have is you have a sprite and you have a animation player. And the idea is that you have to go and assign each of these depending on the amount and the size. So I would, for example, if I wanted to add another sprite here, you'd have to do like a plus here and maybe like I don't even remember how to do it. But I also think you can do an animated sprite, so let me just check too. Let's take a look together. Animated sprite, I believe. Animated oh, I can't spell. ANIMATED. Animated sprite. 2D. Yes, you there. This animated sprite here, I think is how you usually go about it. And hi, Rodrigo. Welcome. Oh, I see. And I'm just glad I'm able to process what she's saying. I missed check already. Sweet. Oh my. How it usually works is, I believe you would take an animated sprite, you would then grab the sprite frames. So I would drag and drop in this Ghost sprite sheet, something like this here. Hold on, sprite frames. Yes. I see. Okay, I take it back. I forget how to do it. It's been a second. Maybe animated sprite might be something else then, or is this animated sprite mine? Is that what it is? This is advanced sprite. This is animated sprite. That's different. Usually though, when it comes to animation, you have to specify the frames, and it gets a little bit finicky. And the issue is, it becomes a lot of manual adding and removing. For example, here, you have to add the frames, space out the frame, so if you wanted to extend it or delay it. The nice part about Sprite Wizard is the fact that I can modify all of the animations in this program, so that when I export it to Godot, I don't have to worry about it. I just say, hey, this is the file, now look at the file and do what it does. I don't have to go, all right, here's the animations, I need you to play it at this time, here, here, and here. It's a little bit smoother, and while you use Godot too, yep, indeedy. And literally, if you do the good ending, you make a ghost cafe. That'd be very cute, I'm telling you. I would love to do all these little charming things. We gotta get past the basics, but afterwards we can go crazy. Or just a little bit crazy. With all that said, let me go ahead and remove this guy here, delete the animated sprite, and we were looking at our advanced sprite. Now, this advanced sprite here is my own custom class, and to do this advanced sprite, I first have to set the type. The type is not on here, so we have to go into its script here, and we have to set a new type. And this type is going to be, instead, customer status. Nope, it's going to be ghost status. Ghost status here. Ghost status. That like that. And then from there, on our customer status, we can do type dot, and it's going to be ghost status. And this ghost status is going to line up with our ghost dot, and we have status. So that lines up with that. This will tell us what status we need to assign. And check, Shirley has the best streak. Truly, I do agree. Check's just been here for quite a long time. It can certainly say that. So we have the ghost status. We've paired with the ghost status. The ghost status should be good to go. I should now be able to click on my advanced sprite here, and I have my type, and I have my ghost status. And not a little crazy, just be crazy. And with you, creations. No craziness needed, I assure you. Just a good sleepless night. That's all it takes. We have here our ghost status. We then also have here our texture, or sprite 2D. We also have here. So what I'll do is I'll grab this guy. We have, oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Let me slide back over. If I go ahead and do you here, well, me here, and do that there. We can grab the sprite file. If I go into cafe here, entities, we go into ghost, we should have assets, and we should have ghost sprite. So our ghost sprite should be set up. I should then be able to click on the animation player that is in this scene currently. And actually, let's delete this animation player, make a new one, just to be on the safe side. Animation player, there we are, lovely. Animation player, we have a new guy up here, and I'll move him up here just so I can see them. So, advanced guy here, we then add our animation player. So this is the plugin. This is where the plugin comes into play. You take the sprite file, you assign it to an animation player, and then when you click import, it imports all of the sprite files automatically. That's what the plugin does. And I imagine in a fantasy G-pon, instead of cat cafe, there's ghost cafe. Cool. I do love the idea of just a little ghost cafe. So now you can see this is a new guy, and if I click on this, you should see everything that we did everything we did in sprite translates over to here. That's why I like the plugin. And you move, click on a lot of guys. Is that the game you mean, or what I'm doing currently? And you can see there's idle, walk down, all of these guys here. So now we have access to all of the animations without having to import them. And this name here is taking from, if I click on this guy, just to show you, that name is taking from these names here. That's what these are showing up as. So it just collects every frame and puts them together, and also does the timing depending on whatever timing you set in sprite. That's why I like the plugin. Let's go back into this guy here. And with this plugin, we want to link it to an animation tree. And the animation tree is responsible for changing between different states when it comes to, do you want to move, do you want to attack, things of that nature. So that's where that comes into play. So what we need to do is we can go ahead and remove sprite. So the sprite is no longer a thing. We are working with our advanced sprite, which is just now going to be called our sprite, because that's our little guy here. We have sprite. You can see animation player. We'll just go ahead, link up the animation player. We have value of 0, all of these guys here. And I believe we can set the value. Yep, value to 0. Good to go. So, hopefully speaking, everything should be as it is. Everything has been imported, re-imported. Oh, hold on. Sprite texture here, sprite 2D. Oh, something seems a bit off, possibly. We have that there, texture. Yeah, you know what? I'll let it do as it does. It does the texture automatically, I believe. So we should be a-okay, good to go. And if we go back up to here, we now have our ghost guy here, and we should have ghost sprite sheet. We'll keep that around for the moment until we don't need it anymore. And that's a cool plugin. I agree, it's very nice. I don't know where my status, my current progress would be without it. It'd be a little bit harder to do, harder to accomplish everything I wanted to do. So we have our sprite, we have our animation player, and we also have our animation tree. Next thing we need to do is we need to figure out what we want our ghost to do during certain situations. If we go to my customer, for example, you can see here, we have start, then we have idle, walking, and all of everything that would account for here. So, and as well, another thing too, these underscores match up with the underscore of the, if we go back to here, go to here, those words are reflecting these words. So that's also something we need to take into play. Just keeping it the same way. So I'll have a walk, I'll have a follow, I'll have an idle. So going back into here, we go back here, we go into our ghost, and in our ghost, we're going to have an idle. So an idle, we need to have a move. So a move, we need to have a follow, and we need to have a banished. So let's see here. We have blend shape U here. We need, I believe it's going to be blend tree, if I'm not mistaken. What are you again? Oh no, are you blend space or blend tree? I can never remember. It's something of, sometimes, yeah, you do it and then you forget. But the more you do it, okay, it's not blend tree. It might be blend shape 2D then. Is it blend space 2D or is it state machine? Blend space 2D, I believe. If I click on U here, yeah, okay. And who's going to keep us in check? Oh! His puns have never been forgotten. They're here in spirit, in memory. Oh boy, crazy with the puns. Awful, I say, awful. Let's see here. So we need idle, move. We're also going to need, and hi. Oh boy, let's see. Cat. So what is it? Creighton? I've never seen one before. No one has, but I'm guessing it's a white hole. Huh? The river, white hole, Creighton, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Black hole sucks in time and matter out of the universe. White hole returns it. Listener, soliciting speaking time to the universe. Okay, let's see. This looks, okay. So, what is it? I've never seen one before. No one has, but I'm guessing it's a white hole. Remember, a white hole? Creighton, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. A black hole sucks time and matter out of the universe. A white hole returns it. Listener, so that's spewing time back into the universe. He dons his fur-lined hat. Creighton, precisely. That's why we're experiencing these curious time phenomenons on board. And Cat, so, what is it? I have no idea what it was, but welcome in. And guess us something to eat. or you're possessed. welcome into stream. And I have no idea, but it was the message, so I read it. And welcome in. Saying that though, let's see. We have idle, we have move, we should have follow, and we should also have banished. So let's see, and I'm curious as well to see, for our customer, we have walking. Yeah, these are the actions. They have the ing afterwards. So really it should be moving, M-O-V-I-N-G, moving, but let's call it walking because it is walking. Well, I mean, it's a ghost, but just to keep things with what we're doing already, let's call it walking. Let's call it following, F-O-L-L-O-W, following. And let's also call this one banished. So banished, and that guy will keep that there, banished, B-A-N-I-S-H-D, banished, like that. That should be enough to get us started. And from there, what we'll need to do is go back into here because I believe we have banished, following, idle, walking. I think you're okay. Never mind. We have idle, following, wandering, banished. Good, lovely. We'll only focus on idle. Let's get idle working before we even try any of the other guys. So I'll go ahead and I should be able to remove you here. So on start, the idle animation should play. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky in the sense of figuring out what's what. If we go into our animation tree and we go into customer here and it's Red Dwarf. Oh, I see. Hold on. I will pull that up to take a look later. Red Dwarf. Oh, comedy series. I would have never guessed. Interesting. And here I thought it was fantasy. It looks more sci-fi now that I'm looking at it. And hi, Frost. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. And what's going on right now? Right now, we're messing around with animation players for our ghost to see if we can get the ghost animating properly and work it out with the new system so that when it does certain statuses, it's good to go in that regard. And we can see here for our animation tree, all of these guys, we're only going to worry about our idle. And the thing is, when I click on these, you should be able to see animation and idle play mode. And there should be, let's see, forward, just double checking. I think it might be just this line here. Yep, switch, and we have immediate, advanced, condition, and idle. When we go between each of these, the condition has to be met. So you can see advanced and walking. And when we go here, it has to be and browse menu. So if I click on that, let's see, advanced and browsing menu. That's also very specific. So let's go back to here. When this start happens, on advanced, we want it to be and idle. That there. That's all we're looking for to check there. Now, that should be everything we need at the moment, at least. From that, when we do our state manager, let's see, because right now what we'll be doing is we're comparing, contrasting between the customer and the ghost. So that should help us out in what we need to look at. I'll go ahead and click save on here. We'll also make a backup if I go ahead and open up my Visual Studio, just in case, fingers crossed, nothing has been broken so far. We will get there eventually, you know, just slowly but surely. So let's see here. If I click on this guy here, I should be able to do a ghost backup. And when he said cat, I thought, yeah, I did think it was cat sound keyboard. I can't deny that. Let me go ahead and click on you here, and then we'll also go ahead and click on you. Let's see, save. There we are. So save and commit and whoosh, and we should be good to go. And slide myself back over a little bit. Lovely, lovely. So with all of that said, let's take a look at our customer here. So you can see all these statuses, and on ready, we have manager, all these things. We should be fine to go. On the set manager, we have the status timer. Yep. And when the customer spawns, I believe, yep. And when we're in our customer state manager, going back to this guy here, make sure you're saved. In our state manager, when the state manager starts off, it should have the customer idle state, I believe. So I'm looking at these guys, current state, state type, yep. All of these guys should be good to go. And when I'm looking at our ghost, double check me there too, yep. And Father Large Proturbance wasn't talking about me. I've never heard of that word before. Let's see here. Our idle state, if we click it, you can see type none idle move, and this should be regular state. So we have entity you here, and all of these guys. So if we go back to our customer here, how does the customer idle state work? If I click on this guy here, it is just this. Interesting. Huh. I'm quite curious to see how well this already works with what it has. We have move state here. I'm just wondering, when does it decide to do the idle? If I were to just click play, is the game going to break? That's what I'm wondering. And you know what? When in doubt, the thing is, it's not playing automatically, so I'm going to guess perhaps it's not correct at the moment, but let's give it a try. So we have our animation tree here, animation player, all of those guys good to go. We have animation player. We have animation player for you there. Oh, look at that. It linked up and now the ghost is facing forward. Lovely, good. From there, we have that. So let's just click play and see. And no one dare speak. Oh my. And hi Wasabi Cheetah. Welcome to the stream. Welcome in. Let's see. And thank you as well for the follow as well. Thank you. Let's see, click on you here, click on you here. Lovely. So if we go to levels, I'm just curious to see, is the idle animation working right off the bat, or do we have to do more work on it? It's either going to crash, it's going to do nothing, or it's going to work, and we get nothing. Good news is though, it's working in the sense that it's not breaking. I'm thinking maybe it just has to start the animation, possibly. So we have here our animation player. Oh, never mind, sprite. Remove that. There we are. Okay, so now our animation player. Current animation should be idle. And our animation player here. Oh, never mind. Our sprite is our old sprite. I'm getting myself confused. Now we should be fine. It didn't crash, computer? Progress. Indeedy. It's always nice when it doesn't do that. I believe now if I play the animations. Animation played here. So something's a little off, it seems like. Our follow animation, can you play that guy? No. Okay, let's re-import it. It should fix it. So we go back to our sprite here, we go back to re-import. I should be able to click that. It should be able to do what it needs to do. And pro, which means forwards. Tuber, which means a lump. Ants, which means the quality of having. I see. Huh. Interesting. Let's see here. Back to animation player. And now if we do idle, do we have idle? Yes, idle's now working properly. Save that guy here, click on play. And Mr. Bulge is probably French. Is that a French surname? I would not be surprised. Names are fun. I can't say that. They're painful and they're hard to do, but they're fun. Let's see here. Spawn Ghost. And Ghost has no animation. That's A-okay. Let's go ahead and move that there. So we want the Ghost. When we see it, it should look like this in-game. So something's stopping it. And that's a headcanon. Am I happy accept? Yeah, indeed. So let's see here. State Manager, you here. And on our idle ready, idle move. State Manager, I'm guessing, let's see, on move ghost. Nope. We want if current status, physics update, all of you guys here. It should be on idle enter, change states. When we change states, let's go back to this one, and then states.current state enter. So when we enter our idle guy, here's where we should do it. And this is all the old code, I believe, of the ghost. You can see current state update, all of these guys here, fix me errors, and transition to new state, and set to wander. That's where those will come into play later. I'm just hoping it won't be too bad. Inner customer, if we just keep comparing and contrasting, we should be able to find it. And but outside of jocks is a great to see someone pursue their passion. Passion. Well, I appreciate it. Passion is very fun idea. Great. So think of being able to do the things you enjoy. It's very nice. Let's see here on our customer. I'm just trying to find where. Oh, here we are. Update animation tree. Lovely. That should work there, I believe. On our customer, we just go to ghost and we go to you here and we go to function process, let's see, process. That's not process. That we need process. There you are. Hello. Update animation tree. Now this guy here, customer here, we go back to customer. What does this guy do? Let's see. Let's go ahead and click it. If animation is current animation. Otherwise, we do animation. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's see here. We have update customer status, all of these guys. We'll grab our update animation tree. We'll go back into our ghost here, like so. Go back into you here. And update animation tree is this function we use for the customer. So on if animation equals current animation, that there. Otherwise, animation tree parameter / conditions. Now, animation tree is not declared in the current scope. So customer, do you know about an animation tree? Is that the case here? We have state manager and we have name tag. So where are you getting this animation tree at is what I'm wondering. Oh, customer, never mind, wrong thing. Where are we at with the animation tree? Who's your animation tree customer? Do you know about your animation tree? You do indeed. Lovely. Okay, we'll just copy that then here. Go back to our ghost guy here. So ghost needs to know about animation tree and that is easy enough to accomplish. Now your knowledge has been added. And then we should be able to just drag and drop animation tree into, oh, hold on. Are you angry at something still? We should be able to do on ready for our animation tree. Click on the ghost here. We're in ghost. Huh. Oh, no, never mind. I thought it was export. On ready, that should be good to go. We have animation tree here, animation tree. All right. So hopefully it should now function properly. We have status, idle, follow, wandering. I'm thinking it'll be good to go. Let me just double check with our customer here. For our customer, it should grab the animation here. So idle, walking, browsing. Oh, you know what I just remembered as well? Hold on. I want to double check with the customer. If we go to our customer's animation tree, this is idle here. And if we click it and double click it, where are we at with it? Walking, idle, I want to see inside customer. That's the thing. Walking here, edit. We have you here, and I'm guessing I would right click at you, possibly. It's a lot of just trying to remember it. It feels very much just a whole memory thing. I do enjoy this. It's fun in the sense of I did these things and now I'm paying the price of not being able to remember the things that were done. Let's see here. Go back to ghost. We have in our animation tree here, we have our idle. I believe I can just right click this guy and I should be able to just play the idle animation. I think that should work properly. It's just the thing of seeing. So I thought in triangles exist so no blending can take place. I see. The customer itself should be fine to just do an animation idle. So play travel to. Yeah, animation idle, travel to. Huh, something's off. I can certainly tell. I just can't tell what. We have you here, collision shape, state manager. All of you guys are good to go. You should be a-okay and fine. Idle here, we have walking here. We have walking ready to pay here, and you here. I'm wondering why walking's also modified. My question is if we have to do it like the player, but we'll see. From here, what I'll do is I'll go back down here. We'll go ahead into our, let's see, ghost. We have you here, you're fine and good to go. You here, you can't have that there. So I'm wondering if I can just do add animation and we can do idle. So animation idle like this, remove that there. Set you to idle, set the condition to and idle. So I can just, let's see, add a line possibly. And I believe you have to be immediate. So we'll drag you and I believe you can click there and there. This is where it becomes tricky and where I think as well, I started looking up tutorials too. I think I just drag you to there. Lovely. And then we have advance and we have idle, condition idle. Lovely. Okay, I think now we should be okay. At least for idle. So let's see. Survey says, levels, you here? Spawn in a ghost and we get no. All right, what are you angry at? Parameters, following conditions. Oh, I think I know because it's not other guys. So ghost here, parameters, conditions, yes. You guys are not a thing yet. So we'll just go ahead and do you there and also do you there. There you are. Lovely. Try that. Thank you for the follow as well, Mr. Bold. I think I quite like that as well. Are you fine if I call you that instead? I could do something different as well, but I'd rather not say your whole name. But welcome in all the same. And again, thank you for the gifted subscription too. Let's see here. You there. Spawn in a ghost here, like so. And we get ghost. Look at him. Look at the little guy. It's doing the thing. Look at him go. Oh, it's working. That's lovely. I was getting confused. The good news is it is somewhat working. Now we just kind of need him to move. That's step 2. That's the terrifying part here. And I'm wondering as well, probably the team is sub 3, but we already have a Mr. Big, we know? Yeah, that's the thing, that's what I'm thinking. Mr. Bulge is probably the best. Let's see, if I move the ghost here, do that there we go. So now you can see, the moving itself is, it's you know, definitely not that one. Certainly not. Let's see here. Plus, who's to say it even it is in the first place? And is there a way not to duplicate the code and just in one script add the starting state of a character script? And if you need the animation, you just import the script of the character script instead of repeating the same thing in the endless character. This is only a solution for the code stuff, but it is easy for you to create like this is too. But in the future, it'll be hard to comprehend and maintain. But your logic is thinking so lovely, and I like it. Well, thank you, Mr. Dream Studio. And the thing is, different entities work differently. So it's a little bit tricky in the sense of these state ideas and moving around the states. I have it this way due to having the plugin. So it might have worked a little bit, it might work, yeah, it might work a little bit differently if I didn't go down this path. But because this is the path I went down, it's a little bit tricky. I have already this guy here, the sprite, but the sprite can't already have the animation player depending on what it is. So it depends. However, technically speaking, we could have a sprite. This sprite here, this my advanced sprite, that's what this guy is, and combine it with another one for objects. But the thing is, if it happens to be the case we have an entity that doesn't walk, maybe it does something else. It's a little bit different. And thank you again for another subscription sub. I'll take that as a yes on the big B. So thank you again. Let's see here. Yeah, it's the idea of you made your grave, now you gotta lie in it sort of thing. But I'm not opposed to different systems, since I would like something that would feel, or I would like something that makes sense and is intuitive. That's the hope at the end of the day. I don't want a system that's too complicated. The issue is, because of my skill level, it ends up complicated, and then I end up getting confused, and then that's never good. But the thing is, it's working. For the moment, it's just a little bit duct tapey, but that's okay. It'll be fine. Everything will work out, I'm sure, decently, moderately. We'll see. The only thing is, just once we set this up, we won't have to touch it. And depending on what the entity is as well, it'll depend on what different states. So we have idle, walking, vanishing, but for the customer, it looks entirely different like this. So depending on what it is, and this name revokes his parental status. Oh boy. And look at the bullying power I've been given. Oh boy here. Let's go ahead and have the walking animation added on as well. And like my friend said in work, if it works, then not change it. Yeah, I agree. That's the thing of just, you know, sometimes it is legacy code for a reason. We do not touch the legacy code. For the legacy code, it will do so many things. We'll go ahead and do these two guys. So the idle should be able to go to walking. So walking to idle should be able to transform into idle. So we'll add that
Cat
there.
Sat on
Speaking of bullying,
just redeemed hydrate.
how dare you? I'll have you know, I am unbullyable. But because you asked nicely and paid your fine, I will append my part of the deal. I'll have some water. Let's see here. That's drowning, not bullying. There's clearly a clear difference here. Oh my. We'll have to make sure our advance is idle here, and then we have this idle. We'll switch that advance to also be walking. So walking has now been set. It should be good to go. From there in our customer guy here, I'm just wondering if we modify this walking now, if we, I think, click this, we should be able to modify. Oh, lovely. You can see now this guy here, this walking, the animation player move up. You can't see it, but all of the animations associated with what we saw earlier. So for example, our walk down, I have walk down. For our walk right then, I can have it be walk right. So walk right. For this guy here, we can have it be, and oh, actually, hold on. I believe you should be capitalized. Let me just double check on that because, let's see, move down. Move down. Nope, you should be fine. You should have the name of whatever I put in the thingamajiggy. So you're A-okay and good to go. So let's go back to our animation tree here, back into walking. And we have, let's see, right. I believe this guy shall be left. So we'll do walk left here. And then from there we have walk up. So walk up. That should be that there. And how many points do you have? I'm afraid to note this point. It feels like every single time the timer's up to do another redeem, Cat Sound Keyboard already has the redeem ready to go. Just waiting on the button here. Thank you again. Hold on, I forget the name. Big B. Thank you again for the subscription, and thank you for the gifted sub. You've been very kind and generous, and I do truly appreciate it. Oh, thanks considered. Let me get some coffee, and let's see here. I will working on my own creations, and I will do the complicated stuff like the class that I talked before. If it works to different kind of sprites, logic, etc., I can share for you. You know, I appreciate it. The thing is, there's so many different ways to tackle the problem that's the neat part about programming, is that there's no technically one right way to do it, just different approaches, which is super neat. And I can make Air's hydrate several times per stream. The power. Let me get some coffee here. Lovely. Alrighty, with that all said and done, let's just double check to see where we're at. If I click on you here, we have walk left, we have walk down, we have walk right, and we have walk up. All of these guys here are good to go. Last thing that we need to check and see about is if we go to our customer, when they're in their move state, when they're moving, is this customized? Yes, this is called the customer move state. On our ghost, for their move state, I believe it is not a move state. It is just move state. So this is where having the idea of having a lot of similarities comes into play. Because of the way my customer works, I believe their move states may be customized a little bit. Is it? Let's see. We have an entity that the customer targets, which is true. We have a target navigation. We have global. This also makes sense. We have a direction. We have a velocity. Looking at all of this code, I'm thinking to myself, this doesn't need to be customer specific. Looking at everything here, it seems to be the case. It's hold on. Yeah, I think we can modify this and make it just move state. I think it's possible. And I know, but I'm a front-end developer. I forget what that means exactly. I think one works on UI and the other works on data, possibly for backend. I do at one point want to make my own website, so I am learning about front end versus backend. And I just love to write the code. I love to solve problems. Me too. And this is how you defeat an eldritch abomination, like the Norwegian folklore, the persistence to drop a river against a mountain. No, it won't work. I assure you. What we'll do is we'll grab the move state, and you can see here for our ghost, they have a default move state. So what I'm thinking is we'll just go ahead and paste it. And it's not going to be this here. No, it's not. We don't need that. We just need to have entity, E-N-T-I-T-Y, like that. And it's going to be entity. And an entity is many things in my game, so that's why I'm thinking it should be A-okay and fine to go. The only issue is the customer has a speed, and I'm thinking it's okay to have an @export var speed here. Var speed, and we're going to have it be a float and equal, float equal F-L-O-A-T, float equal 0. Depending on what it is, your speed will be 0 until you modify it. And oh wait, I have a sub, I will not see the ad. And ironically, Eris the Mountain was convinced that the efforts of the water, that's how it always goes. It's a thing of, I'm too big to fall. But in this case, I am too big, I tell ya. I am persistent, if anything. So when an immovable object meets an unstoppable force sort of action, it is internal, eternal. The battle is endless. It cannot be stopped, but it can also not be continued. That sort of thing. With that said, though, ads are about to start. So we'll go ahead and have them run their thing, and we'll do some stretches, get a little bit of coffee, get a little bit more hydrated, and then we will continue with this whole animation addition. All right, so to start off, let's do our stretches. So we'll go ahead, we'll go to the right here. a little bit over here. And that's why I also redeemed Hydrate a few times while she was offline. Hold on now. I don't remember these things at all. Let's go to the left a little bit. And I didn't think you could redo redeems while I'm offline. That is interesting. Let's go to the back a little bit. And then let's go to the front a little bit. From there, let's go ahead and do some neck exercises too. Let's see here. We go to the left a little bit. And then offline redeem is diabolical. It is, I agree. I wonder if there's a setting for that. Because, for example, there's some redeems like posture check or something. How can you be able to do the redeem, the posture check when you're offline? You just get a tingling down your spine. Oh, yes, I must now do a posture check. Let's go to the right here. A little bit of a stretch. Make sure you're not breaking anything. That is important. If something is broken, I am not held liable. Let's see. Let's go to the back a little bit here. And then let's go and freeze as well. Let's go to the front a little bit. Another one you can do is go to the right. And you can also go down. That one's a pretty good stretch. I do enjoy that one. Hi, Anne. Welcome into stream. Welcome into stretching time. We go to the right a little bit. We go down a little bit, and you can hold it. That's a pretty good pose to hold, I'd say, for about 30 seconds. Another one you can do as well is look across the room for another, I think it's the 30-30-30 rule. You're supposed to, every 30 seconds, or not 30 seconds, every 30 minutes, spend 30 seconds looking at something 30 feet away, or was it 20-20-20? It's close around that idea, but I like doing the stretches during the ad break since it gives me a chance to not be so stiff while sitting, since if you have the job of a programmer, sitting down in one spot is a common thing, and if you want longevity, you don't want to become stagnant like a mountain. With that said, though, let me go ahead and also get some coffee, too. Lovely, and Eris will drink water when she's not streaming and think of Cat. The funny thing is, too, cats and their relationships to water, and oh no! I just realized something. And hi, Rudy. Welcome into stream. Welcome back in. Isn't it common that cats don't like drinking still water? They like drinking and moving water? So that just plays into the myth that that Frost was talking about. And hi, Tanel. Was it Tanel or was it Tanel? I believe it was Tanel, but welcome back all the same. I can certainly go again. But welcome in, and hey, hi. Let's get some water here, and ad break should be done. Let's see here. Hi now! That didn't answer my question! Not in the slightest! I am not a mind reader, I'll have you know! And yeah, flowing water is best water. I figured you'd say something like that. With that said, though, the ad break should be over. So welcome back from the ad break. The only thing you missed is a little bit of stretching. So with our break finished, let's go ahead and continue some programming, shall we? Let's see here. I was saying that the speed should go onto the entity itself, and then for our customer, because I think it was in customer profile, CSTLMER, customer underscore profile is I think what I'll have to look at. Yeah, customer profile. Where are we keeping speed at specifically? And I don't know why, I don't know how, but I want to watch the streams when you are creating the game that I need to open Godot and create the solution that I talked before. I just need to start, and maybe tomorrow, you just start some kind of inspiration to create. Thank you. Sorry today I have some kind of emotional day. Oh, maybe I should have read it in that place. I apologize. But I appreciate your comment. I'm very happy to hear that I can help get a little bit of boost. It's like, I don't know how, I don't know why, but I will find you. That's where I thought you were going with it. I'm happy I can give you a little bit of a boost, though. That's always really nice to hear. Instead of all the emotion. Exactly, yeah. And it's such an honor. It really is, truly. It always makes me happy to hear that I can help. It's super duper nice. We have here an enum on the customer profile called speed. And where do we use the speed enum at? Speed, yes. My guess is that when we are in the move state for customer, we use this enum associated with its speed, if I am to be correct. And is it the case? Let's see here. State manager, you here, and actually, hold on. You know what? let's move it away from customer. Customer here, and where are we at? Customer profile. That's what I was looking at. Customer profile. I think let's just move the speed guy out entirely. Well, hold on. It's an entity.speed. You know what? I think it's okay. Speed, we have entity, E-N-T-I-T-Y, entity.speed, and we have entity, E-N-T-I-T-Y, entity.speed.default. I think that'll work out fine. Let's go back into entity then. We'll go back into you here, like this, like that there. And then from there, we then have our speed, which is speed. And our speed is going to be speed dot, or that's not how you spell speed dot default. There you are. I opened a pack of peanuts. Hopefully they're tasty. Me and peanuts don't get along at all, but hopefully you can enjoy them for me. And I've seen a cat open Godot and then type what Eris is saying instead of what he has to type. The magic. And can I have some? It reminds me of when someone opens up a pack of gum and Eric, are you going to share with the class? Did you bring enough for everybody? Let's see here. So now that entity has speed saved, if we go back into our customer profile, this should now be a-okay. And now in our customer manager here, let's see, cafe, ghost, entity, yeah. And our entity as well, our profile here. Once we set the customer, so once we do customer here, customer scene here, not customer scene, you here. On set profile, so when the customer is created, this guy right here, we need to have some things set up. So on set profile, we have profile, new profile, all of that good to go. What we're going to do is we're going to set the speed, so speed equals, and then we're going to do our profile, P-R-O-F-I-L-E, profile dot speed, like that. That should work out. Now the speed is tied. Depending on what you need, it'll work out that way. That should have fixed the other guy, which means now when we're doing it 3/4, not the gear with the barding happening, and it happens more often than I like to admit. Let's see here, ghost here. So back in our ghost, back in our move state, right? We're hoping to make it easier to look at so that this can work for both customer and ghost. And the issue was down here, it dealt with speed. That's why I changed it. So now down here when we're at entity.velocity, it's no longer customer.profile.speed. Now we can set this, find and replace to entity.speed. So set it to entity.speed, and like that, it works. And we have export var entity. Now, what I'm thinking as well is we have an export var, and we call it the movement enum, or something like that, movement string. So why are you angry in here? And entity, new entity, entity already exists in parent class. Oh, I see. Hold on then. What do we need the customer for? If I just remove that, you already know who your entity is. Is that what you're saying, move state? I see. Never mind then. You don't need that. The last thing you need then is you're going to need an @export var, and we're going to call it our move underscore string, move string. And then we're going to say, let's see, move string. What we can do then, and hi Cycrum, welcome into stream, welcome in, and you drive a hard bargain. Fine, 3/4 peanut is yours. And sold to the man in the yacht. And hi indeed, Cycrum, welcome into stream. Right now we're working on animations and trying to link them up via code. We're working on the ghost animation and trying to see if we can get the move state working. So we have a move string here. It's a string and it's going to equal, and by default, it's going to be walking. So W-A-L-K-I-N-G, walking. And then from here, what we'll have is parameter slash, we do plus, we do the move string here, move string, and then plus, and then we do that there. And we do this here, like that. So, the hope is now, and I'm the best at negotiating. Each have a hard bargain. The hope is now, this move state can replace the customer move state. So this guy right here, we shouldn't need him anymore. It should be fine. You can see here the state manager, customer state manager. Fingers crossed. What we can do is just, oh, hold on. We can just delete this move state, delete you here. Grab the new move state. So grab the new, let's see, you here. I just need to make a node for you. So it's just a blank node that we use, and it won't let me grab the blank node. Just I want a blank node. Can I get a node? Oh, there we are, node. Lovely. We'll call it our move state. So move underscore state, or no, move state, like that. And then from there, we just drag and drop the script of move state, and we get the move state of walking, which is the one we want. And then, let's see, we'll go also ahead and do, let's see, access unique name. Now, does idle state need to know about move state? Who needs to know about move state? I believe if everything goes fine, we don't need to worry about anything else. It should know everything it needs to know about now, I believe. So let's just double check, make sure customer is still functional now that we've removed a part of it. Let's see if it's still good to go. And what do we have here? Entity path, path follower. You too have a speed, don't you? Interesting. All right, well, we'll set the speed to, let's see. We'll go into entity here, and this is where it could get a little bit tricky. Do we give it a, how do you think we should do this? Should it just be an enum, and anytime we want to change it, just update the enum, or should it just be a number we assign to the enum that changes? That could be a thing too. I could see that working out as well. For example, is it just a thing of we say, set whatever you want, export var, speed here? Or, yeah, there's different ways you could approach this. For example, I could just do, let's see, fast or extreme, yeah. We could just do mild, you could do fair, something like that. Or I could also do, for example, let's see, speed.entity, E-N-T-I-T-Y, entity, or what do you call it? I forget what you're called. Where were you? I'm select icon, nope. Move state, nope. We want target, nope. We're looking for the path follower. Found ya. And it would be entity E-N-T-I-T-Y, entity underscore path follower. Like that. Path follower, and then it would be underscore for you here, and then you would equal it to, yep, I take it back. Speed needs to be a float. Depending on how it goes, it certainly needs to be a float. So if that's the case, then doing it this way, not ideal. Instead, what we should do is have some sort of customer design speed. Okay, I got it. Okay, what we'll do is we'll go back to the speed being a float. So speed, we'll say it is a float, and it equals by default 50.0, like that. From there, we're going to grab this and go back to our customer. So our customer's GD here, and we'll say, let's see. I forget. Can you use floats in dictionaries? Or not dictionaries, can you use float in enums? Can enums have floats? I believe they can only have whole numbers. However, they can have negative numbers. I believe that was the trade-off, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go back into, let's see here, our customer profile. So customer profile here, customer profile, you here? All right, so we're back in here. We had our speed idea initially. That's a-okay. We have you there. Now we go back to the idea of it being speed, and we have the speed of default. Like this here. So the customer has its own ideas. It's a-okay there. And debug, 500, an expected identifier. What do you mean exactly? Oh, hold on. I think you're angry because you need that. That is the case. Lovely. Good. Lovely to see. With that said, we have speed, we have default, that. Now we go back into our customer profile. So this guy here. And when we set the speed, it's going to be the profile.speed, which should be fine because this speed can be anything we want. We'll set it to a float, and then we'll do this here. And that'll be that there. That float will be converted to whatever number it is. That should still work as intended. That way, our entity can have that export var of speed, and our speed at the moment is 5.0. So we can go ahead, remove this guy here, remove this guy here as well. We don't need you. Speed already comes with entity. What we have to grab is our, oh, wait, hold on. This is the entity. We don't need you. There we are. There we go. And then we go to our, let's see. It was our path follower, I believe. Our path follower scene. So this little guy here, this little skull that's responsible for showing you the tutorial, his speed is a 250. So we'll just remove this here, remove that there, and now we set that speed here. That way, now down here on our speed, it's just going to be speed, like that. So anytime we use that speed gets put there instead, like that. Lovely. So hopefully, that and oh, I'm able to write. Oh, the game is currently playing. All right, save and write now. So hopefully that should just clean it up. And where are you angry at? This is the player. The player is an entity. I see. Player. I didn't know that about you. Interesting. Well then, we'll just remove that there. Do that there. We'll go back to our player here. So we'll open up the player here. And all we have to do to just change her speed is just click on her and set her speed to 8,500. And that should fix that. Alright, so close it, start it, and let's give it a roll, shall we? Survey says that the customers and everyone else, my speed is still my speed. Lovely. Let's go ahead and spawn a customer in then. Customer? Aha. Now, You have a customer move state, and it is a customer move state. You are now specified as a move state. You don't need to be a customer move state. You're beyond that now. You're simpler. You've moved on from those times. That should fix that. Let's do a check and see if it works. So let's see again. You here? And we'll go ahead and spawn in a customer. Customer, I summon thee. Hello, customer. You look like you're moving correctly. Now, I'm gonna need you to move very normally, all right? Move, or I don't remember if you're set to do, okay, you're fine, you're good. Look at the customer moving as they should. Lovely. Now, just to double check, right, and make sure it's working as intended, if we go to our testing, let's see, level, I can just do Level, and hi, 3 boy. Welcome back to stream. Welcome in. Let's see here. We have our levels menu, our prototype, and our sandbox. I should just be able to check speedy customers, and that should just make the customer speedy. Any customer I summon in, and hiya. Hold on. Yeah, can I get a Big Mac? welcome into stream. Welcome as well, and thank you for the follow too. And that's Godot. It is indeedy. It is Godot, and I am programming in GDScript, and it's the latest version of Godot. I'm currently making a rhythm typing cafe game. If you'd like to check it out, all you have to do is let's see, Necrotype. That should work, I assume as much, and it should send it to both YouTube and Twitch. It'll bring you to the prototype of the game. I've been working on this game since last year. This is the second game I've ever made, so I'm still very much a beginner, but it's the fun part of just learning as I go. And what language? GDScript. So the Godot natural language that's usually used with Godot. So we go back to here. Now when I spawn a customer, with their speed tweaked, you should now see them run. Just a little speedy. No. Okay, so we need to fix that because the customer should now be fast because of the cheat. So if we go here, customer, all of you guys here, where do we modify the customer speed at? In this, let's see, speedy customers enabled. Let's do Control-Shift-F and do speedy _customers. Speedy customers. Let's find you, and this is where we use the speedy customers at. So level data, and we have Cafe Customer Manager. So if speedy customers is enabled, we set the new customer profile .speed to customer speed. I see. And our profile speed, when we summon the customer, when we set up there, let's see. Yeah, okay, hold on. When we set the profile speed, we then also need to do new customer .speed, and we need to set that equal to its profile speed, that too. So let's see here. You there, new customer.speed equals that there. And I don't like that. That does not feel nice. So let's move this up a little bit. So before we set the customer's profile, where are we doing that at? And by the way, can you mute the background music, please? Could you elaborate a little bit? Do you mean the music's too loud, or you don't like the music, or yeah. If it's too loud, certainly. But if you mean turn it off all entirely, certainly not. But I can certainly lower it a little bit, like that. Is that a little bit better? So let's see here. Save this guy right there. And then from there, let's see. We need to find out where it assigns the customer. So spawn customer, we have a new customer, set customer order, set profile. Here, lovely. We do this here, set customer profile, and we base it off of this profile here. And where our profile, that guy is there. So what I'm thinking is we do profile.speed. I think we can do this. Profile.speed equals, and I think we can do this here, like that there. That might work out, possibly. Cannot get property from enum value. Profile.speed, that's the customer profile type. I see. Then set profile, create profile. I see. And in our create profile, I see. Hold on. Create profile gives us a new profile. So let's see. Debug speed. And then we'll do enable debug speed. Yeah, as a bool. Enable debug _ speed. And thanks, by the way, the link you sent me, will I learn Godot only related things or just programming? Both. It is general programming knowledge, so things like variables and loops and functions, but also a little bit on the Godot side of things when it comes to, I believe, nodes and things like that. So it's a little bit of both. If you haven't learned anything about programming in general, it should help. And if you don't know anything about Godot, it should also help in that sense too. So let's see. Do that there. Bool, like that there. So then, let's see. Return customer to type profile. Yeah, customer type to profile. we're going to do a var customer profile, like this, customer profile, and it's going to be a profile, customer profile, and then we're going to do that equals to that. Do that there, and then we can do the if here. So where do we use create profile at? Go back down to here, and we do let's see, the bool of enable debug cheat, like that there. And if cafe level data, then we can go ahead and do. Actually, we don't even have to do the enable here. We can just do it in the other guy as well. Lovely. Okay, so to help testing customer speed. So this should work out fine. And then we just go back up to our set customer order. Nope. Spawn customer, create profile. Lovely. We don't even need that because we have this here, like that. And then we have that there. And I hope my dream comes true one day. My career mission is to gain the needed knowledge and skills to become a programmer. Ah, that's lovely to hear. And I hope my dream comes true one day. I hope it does too. The thing is, it can seem like such a daunting task when it comes to making a game. And the truth is, games do take a lot of work, especially with all the different aspects of it. But the good news is, you don't have to make the next Elden Ring or something. It could be you make a Pong. It could be small. It doesn't have to be big. And the more small games you make, the more experience you get until you can make your big game. And you cannot get a job currently without having had those. Oh, please create passion projects? Yeah, the thing is, well, it depends on the person, but I learn best when I do things. So when I make passion projects, I like this. This is a passion project. I'm making it and I'm learning as I'm going. It is an experience in the sense of anytime I'm not sure on something like, how do I do character animation? I get to learn about how to do character animation because that's the topic that I'm learning, or that's the thing I'm doing. So let's see here. What we'll do is this guy here. So if cafe is speedy, all of that, then we'll go ahead and do customer profile dot speed. Like that, and then we'll go ahead and return customer profile. That should work, I think. Let's see, cross the fingers and close the eyes, cross all the things, and let's see if it now works. So if I spawn a customer now, customer should be speedy. They are not speedy. Why are you not speedy? And it's a wonderful start. I do agree. And his website? Oh, 100%. One of the things on my to-do list is to make a website, though. I'm learning very quickly. It's a little bit different than what I'm used to, but I'm still having a lot of fun doing it, and I'm excited to learn more to do it. So let's see here. On a spawn customer, all of you guys there, speed.debug. Yeah, speed.debug. What we'll do as well is on our customer guy here, we want to see the speed of you. So I'll go ahead and print out our speed. And hydrate, sure. Hold on, utility dot print debug message, and we're going to do string, and we're going to set it to speed, and that should tell us the speed. So string speed, that there, and oh, hold on, str, that's what it should be. And we'll have speed, and we'll do that there, and then we'll have that, and then we'll have that, and plus, there we are. And the biggest and most unique, bigger and more unique, the more impressive usually. Everyone does this act, so it becomes less impressive. Ah, interesting. An example overdone is a task list. Funny you mentioned that. I do want to at some point make a task project, because I'd love some sort of organizer, but all the organizers I can find online, they don't quite fit what I'm looking for. And but for a person terrified about the concept of programming language, I think it should be fine for them to make for now. Yeah, just get the interest. The thing is as well though, some projects become forever projects, and that's never really any fun. Let's see here. Speed is set to 50. I see. You are set to 50. Now my question is, what is your profile type? If I do, let's see, customer here, speed there. Yes, indeedy. Next up, what I want to see is profile.speed. Yes. What we need to do is let's see, customer profile.speed, and then we need to do find key, and then we do profile.speed. This should hopefully tell us the speed. So let's see, speed, and then we'll do this here, and we'll do this here, plus, and that's my next planned project. See, it's a common one for a reason. It's a classic. It's an oldie but a goodie. But it's an oldie but a goodie for a reason. I started on it, but the issue is I'm having trouble making it so you can move options up and down, and I didn't realize how hard it was until I tried it. It's the idea of just something so simple. How hard could it be? How hard could it be? Oh. You learn very quickly, and it humbles you very quickly on just how simple, how easy people make it look. which is really nice to see. It's that skill of you don't even notice how skilled it is until it happens. When some projects become forever projects, looks at you, looks at the stream, it's not a forever project. I am making sure of that. This currently is not. If it becomes a 7-year-old project, then we can talk. For now, it's still a project. We can say that for certain. So let's see. Speed is set to default. We don't want it default. We want it to be random, or not random, but debug. So why is that the case here? Let's see. If cafe level data speedy customers, you there. Let's also in our customer here as well print out you here. So in our customer manager here, we do all of you here. Let's see. Cannot get property from enum. We need customer profile.speed. There we are. Okay, so let's see. Let's print that out as well. And that'll cheat some menu custom or a plugin. It is a plugin. I have not the skills to create custom yet. If you're looking for the plugin, it is called, just gonna move you over here because I can't remember the name, but I have it saved so that if it was asked, I could have it up here. The plugin is called, where are we at? You are here. It is called Developer Console. These are currently all of the plugins I'm using at the moment. So Sprite Wizard, Collapse Folder, Developer Console, Script IDE, and Signal Visualizer. Though I have not even really used this one. But if you're wondering why my Godot looks different from regular Godot, it's because of the Script IDE one. Let me go back into here. And though our progress has been quite wonderful over the last few months, so I'm sure it'll skip the sale soon. Yeah. I'd love to do new things. So that excitement is keeping the, what is it? Is it the fire at your feet, sort of? Is that the saying? Let's see, go back to here, here, so I can enable Godot so you can see the Godot. Lovely. And from there, we have that there. So spawn in our customer again, and it says setting customer profile to random. And oh, here we are. So customer profile to random, speed default. I'm going to take a guess that possibly it's not getting the speed here. When we do create profile, where is it used? It's used in 2 cases. We have it here where it sets the customer profile. And where does it do the set customer profile random? I guess is the question. So we have here set customer order or set customer tutorial. We do this new customer set profile and it's random. Where do we do the random guy at? And how did you learn to program? I initially went to college for programming for game development. For about 2 years, I learned while there C++ in Visual Studio. The thing was, it wasn't a game engine, and I wanted to learn a game engine. It was just a console. And I also realized that usually, for college at least, it's for people that want to get into big companies or just big businesses. And since I wanted to do indie, getting a degree wasn't as important as I thought, since I could go self-taught. And hi, Emmy, welcome in the stream, welcome in, and woo, thanks for the gift to some person whose name I won't type. You could call them Big B. And we worked something out. I learned more from coding environment, like coding bat and exorcism, that I learned my first 4 semesters. Yeah, it's something, it's not for everyone. And that's something I learned, but I didn't know. I thought it was a requirement to get good. So let's see here. If first customer and that, otherwise that, where do we do the randomize is my question. When we do spawn you, if wait spot, make new customer, assign target, all of you guys here. When the customer is spawned, so on spawn customer, let's just double check that here. Let's go into cheats here. And father, oh boy, let's see. If we go to you here and spawn in seat. Yeah, so spawn customer, on spawn customer, we have for spawn customer, type none, all of you guys here. This also does type you there. So we go to our customer manager here and we go back up to here on our spawn customer. On spawn customer, we do spawn customer here. And on spawn customer, we make the customer. Then we set the values of the customer. So we do new customer, create profile with profile. Question is, the profile could also be typed none. And ultimately, the most important thing I'd say for beginners is not listen to people who say coding equals math heavy or coding is math heavy. It's primarily linguistic. 90% of a beginner's grief is just making useful conditional loops. I do agree, yeah. The best type of code is a code that reads in simple English. It's very nice to say. So let's see. Create profile here. Go back to here. So if profile all of you guys here, then we return I see. Yeah, okay, hold on. Lovely. We'll then say you here, we have a var customer profile. And what we'll have happen is, we'll do it here too. Otherwise, customer profile is you here. And it's happening because it's a random profile. So we have you here, and you go here. And then we can go ahead and say you will be this here. So let's see. Help with bug testing. Yep. Okay. So this is copied code, which is unfortunate. We might be able to make it a little bit better. But for now, let's see. var customer profile. Oh, customer profile. Customer profile equals, or customer profile, customer equals that there. That's why you're angry, right? You also need an E, don't you? Like that there. Yeah. So how could we do, let's see. Okay, I got an idea. And it was a lot of days of I don't understand this until I got it. That's the thing of the eureka moments are one of my favorites. And starting from C++, Java, Rust, Sig, Go is a great way to get the core language. And I learned Godot by reading documentation. Interesting. I don't know why so many game courses insist on starting people off with C++. My game friends didn't even touch an engine until year 3. Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't want to wait to touch an engine. I was 2 years in and still hadn't touched an engine. But I am thankful I learned C++ because from the sounds of it, I believe C++ is it sounds like C++ is one of the harder languages. So because I started off on hard mode, it makes things a lot easier since a lot of the easier languages aren't as painful. Let's see here. So if profile, we'll do this. Var customer profile equals this here equals, and we'll do null. Then we'll go ahead and set customer profile equal to this here, if it is this guy here, like that. Else, let's see if I can clean up this code a little bit. If you're that, do that. Else, we're going to set customer profile equal to this guy here. So customer profile is going to equal you instead. So this equals this. And then we do this guy here. So if you're that there, and then we remove this guy here. So if you're that there, and then we can do that there. So now, let's see. You don't need a variable there. Okay, I deleted the duplication. We're good to go. And let's see. If anyone wants to give feedback or help projects as they go, send an account or profile get forged. And work on your project there. Moved away from commercial solutions. Oh, how neat. And if you want to be a game dev, you don't need to get into core languages. Yeah, I do agree. You need to focus on getting something that makes your game run. I agree too. And C++ is also pretty good at getting to know how computer and memory actually works. If that's one thing I can say, I am horrified at memory. Memory allocation, data allocation. I'm scarred, I tell you. That was one thing I did not enjoy of all the things. But then again, it's because I was in the mindset of, why do I have to learn about memory allocation and binary and looking into that and pointers? I just want to make the games and the character move and the characters talk and attack. That was my mindset. Hence why it didn't quite work out. I wasn't getting instant feedback and it didn't work out well. But I am glad it's still helpful to a lot of people. That is always nice to see. We'll go ahead and do that there. And now, hopefully, that the function is cleaned up, we should be good to go. Fingers crossed, closing eyes. What are we saying? What are we at? Go ahead and spawn a customer back in. And customer, you should be speedy. It says debug. There they are. Look at them go. Lovely. Customers are now good to go. Okay, good. Let me go ahead and remove that there. So this is a new function we have. So now customers will do their speedy things. And I can barely remember what I did yesterday. If I'm not good with my memory, I'm not learning about a computer's memory. Fair point. Let's see here. We go back to customers. We don't need this guy anymore. So we don't need you there. And we have that good to go there. And I feel like a junior dev like Eris is more likely to take the brick of race conditions to the face long before she needs to worry about memory management. Could you elaborate a little bit what you mean, Frost? Is it like conditional statements or something like that? And yesterday your name hydrate. I know what you did. Let me get some more. Oh.
Cat sat on keyboard just redeemed hydrate.
I know. I'm being conditioned. Anytime I think water, I get thirsty. I read the word water. Oh no.
Emmy Doll Dev just redeemed posture check.
Hold on, I already said I'm going to get water, and this is also a good moment to stop
Emmy
for
Doll
ads
Dev
as well,
just redeemed stream.
Oh wait, never mind. It says 29. What time is it? 47. That doesn't seem right with timing. Yeah, it's usually around like 50. Yeah, we'll do that thing then. And yeah.
Emmy Doll Dev just redeemed green.
Oh boy, alrighty. So number 1, hydrate for me and cats on keyboard. Let's do. Okay, done and done. Now hydrate number 2. Done and done. Next up, all of them at the same time. Yeah! They come in order. There is a queue. Do any of you have to deal with queue management too? Oh boy, I did enjoy the queue management solutions though, the problems there. Next up we have on here posture check, so sitting up straighter, there we are. We also have a stretch, so let's go ahead and do a left a little bit. And breathe while drinking and stretching and correcting your posture. I'll have you know, I am not that skilled. I can maybe do 2 things at once, possibly. For example, I can speak while stretching a little bit back here, a little bit right here, to our right. We can go a little bit to the left, a little bit, and then we can go a little bit forward as well. Let's also do some neck stretches, so we'll go over to the right a little bit. We can also then go to the left a little bit. We can then also go down a little bit. You can then go back a little bit. We can also turn to the right. You can also look down. That's a pretty good one too. And you can also turn to the right, left, and also look down again. Alrighty, that should be posture done, and stretch done, hydrate done. Last but not least, breathing. I cast manual breathing. Alrighty then, you're gonna wanna inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, exhale. Alrighty then, and do 15 push-ups. That would mean I'd be able to do 1. And me and push-ups, we don't get along. Who needs push-ups? Nah, don't need them, don't want them. Let me get a little bit more coffee, and then we should be good to go. And didn't want to deal with all the boilerplate code with C++, so went for C#. Interesting. And didn't have to worry about memory leaks. Yeah, that was a big thing. My professor always hammered into me, memory leaks. You don't want to worry about memory leaks. And oh man, if it's one thing I can say, education, when it comes to education, the teachers make or break it. And I've always had wonderful teachers. It's very nice. And I think that's the thing too, of just, depending on your learning style, paired with a good teacher, learning just becomes 10 out of 10, and it's super a lot of fun. Even now, technically speaking, I am learning in this moment as I'm doing things. It's active doing and working on it and progressing. It's nice and fun. And do as many jumping jacks? I don't like jumping jacks either. That's the thing. Yeah. Okay, let me rephrase that. Me and physical activity are, I can't happily say though, it's not all bad. I do swim every other day. Well, not every other day, let me rephrase that. Every few days I do go swimming. So I do activity. I'll say that at the very least. I will just not do push-ups or jumping jacks because those are not fun. All right, coffee here. And welcome back for the ad breaks as well. Welcome in. And C# is just Java for people who don't want to deal with random on the internet. I need to learn how to swim someday. You should. It's super duper fun. I used to be a professional swimmer, so to go back to swimming now recently, I've been enjoying a lot of. All right, water then. Okay, coffee has been taken. We are all good. We're back from the act. We're all stretched. We're all postured. We are all breathed. So shall we continue then? And I can teach you. A cat that can also swim too. Those are quite rare as well. And he will drown you. I too can believe that. Oh, that's wonderful. Just pull the water towards you. Oh man. So now that we have this setup in place again, if we go back to our move state here, it's just that easy. We go to our customer state manager. Nope, we don't need you. We need our move state. So move state here. We should be fine and dandy now. Move state here, move state here. You should be, yep, move string, good to go. Lovely, okay. And also, let me just reset my level guy here. So level, tutorial level, nope. We're looking for our sandbox level. I'll also untick speedy customers. Is that cheat? Okay, and just to double check, if now that I've unticked it, the customer should not be fast anymore. That's what that toggle is supposed to be for, to help me figure out and debug super duper easily. So if I spawn a customer, they should be normal speed. Customer, normal speed. Lovely, okay, good. it worked then. Let me also make a backup here. Good old saving. Habits are very super duper important here. So let's see. Customer, customer, customer. Yes, save. There you go. Commit and push. Okay. And not what I've almost drawn before. Oh, that's awful. I haven't had that, thankfully, but I can't even imagine how it must have felt. Let's see here. So now that we have move state up and working, we don't need customer move state anymore. So if I type in here states, you can see we have a state manager. We have game state, ghost wander state. All of these guys might not even need them. I believe this is also old code to begin with. So we can just remove customer move state because you're not even needed. Move state, no longer a thing. We just now have move state and we have idle state. So if I go somewhere here, we should have an idle state, just a regular idle state. Possibly. Huh, hold on. Customer, what is your idle state? It's just state. You know what? Fair enough. Idle state is just state. I'll take it. We have our move state here, and I'll move the move state down to our other states. So let's see. You there, you there, you there. Where are we at? Oh no, I'm lost. Where are we at? What state? State. Lovely. You go there. I would like to move you in that direction. And file not found. You'll probably be fine, right, Godot? You'll be fine. I'm sure that error was out of nowhere. You were just a little bit confused. We all get confused. It's okay. It's all right. From there, we go back to our ghost. And now in our ghost here, we have our move state and we have this guy here, our new move state. So the hope is now, whatever move string we use will be that move state that it says. And in our animation tree, if we go here, we have the move state set as walking. So is it walking? It's walking there. Lovely. With that said and done, the hope is now, if everything did connect correctly, and if we did the customer and move and all of those things, it should, oh, hopefully, hold on, let's see. Go back to you there. I just want to double check. Did we link? Yeah, okay, we did link these two up. Okay, and oh, hold on. Also, forgot, another thing we had to add as well. Go back into here. We can now do following, wandering. Usually wandering can come first, so wandering, or go ahead and enable wandering. And we'll also enable wandering here too. So wandering feels like it would come before following. So wandering, there, you there. Okay. Now we're good to go. And we're talking about move states again. Can't unhear it. Moving along. I believe in you. Motivation. Will I milk the puns? Possibly. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and spawn in a ghost. And what do we get? Ghost. Hello, ghost. Look at you. Now, let's see if the ghost is moving. Wait, Eris, in one line, you don't delete the comment? Hold on. Which one? Where at? Hold on. Where don't I delete the comment at? Could you elaborate a little? Oh, I found it. Not there. Thank you. Oh boy, found it. Thank you. Oh man. You just saved me a good amount of time and wondering why no work. I feel like this is possible. Why no work? Spawn in, ghost again, take 5. Oh, okay. Why are you angry now? Animation tree, animation parameters condition. Yep, you are idling. Wandering. I see. Do you have to be set to wandering? Hold on. You're wandering. That's your move state. Hold on. I think I understand. You are wandering. W-A-N-D-R-N-G. Wandering. You need to be set to wandering. W-N-D-E-R-N-G. Wandering. Let's set you. Just making sure. Crossing your I's, dotting our T's. Also set that to wandering. W-A-N-D-R-I-N-G. Wandering. Okay. Try again. Try 58th time. You ruined 2 hours of entertainment. No! That would be 2 hours of suffering. You don't want to be here for that. Let's see. Spawn in a customer here, and what do we get here? Let's see. Oh no, spawn in a ghost. I'm sorry. Ghost, look at you all fine and dandy. You look adorable. It feels weird to see them moving again after so long of them being static. It feels weird. All right, moment of truth. Move. Oh, I wish I could see it a little bit better as well, but move ghost. And nope, it does not work. The good news is, though, it didn't break, so, you know, I will take the victory. Unless Eris coding time means more Eris shorts time. Yeah, fair point as well. I try my best to do batch edits, but oh boy, I'd rather do more coding time. It's a lot more fun. So let's see. Right now, for some reason, the parameters aren't being met or something's not doing the something that we want. I'm guessing it's the move state. What we can do is there is a state name here that we can say, and it should say the state name when we encounter it. If I do, let's see, state name here, close this guy here, go back up here. Where are we using we have a name tag here. We need the state tag as well. So we'll do name tag and we'll do state tag. Oh, that's not an underscore. State tag. And we'll also grab in here our state name. So state, and it should be name, and it should not have a space. So go ahead, do that there. And practice label as well. You don't need you don't need that. There you are. So state tag here. Whenever we change and update the state, you will become this here. So state tag dot, and we'll do dot text, and we'll set it equal to, and this is where we'll do, let's see, status, state dot, and then we would do, state dot find key. And why are you angry? Is it our, status. That means this is a status tag. Status tag. There you are. This needs to be changed to status tag, STATUSTAT. There we are, status tag, replace all. Lovely, hopefully that should work up here too. Status, STATUS, status tag, lovely. Okay, back down to here, status tag, dot status, dot, and it should be find key, and then we just have to say our animation. There we are. Animation equals in status tree to current one, animation tree, status to animation name. Oh, hold on. It needs to be this guy here, very specifically. You there. All right, so that should also hopefully tell us what's going on behind the scenes so we can figure out why our ghost is not schmooving around the way we expect it to schmoove. So go ahead and spawn in our, that's not right. That is not even close. Spawn ghost. It should say idle. Why does it not say idle? Status underscore tag dot text. Did I do wrong in your name? Hold on, just as a quick idea. Do you there, drag you in here. Yep. Status tag, you here, and then we go for, oh, I see. Name tag dot text dot name. Yeah, why are you angry now? Name tag not declared. You don't need name tag though. I don't know where you got that from, and I don't know why you're angry a little bit now. Okay. Status tag. Let's try 127.92. Where are we at now, Godot? Are we a little bit happier at the very least? Spawn and ghost. No. Okay. So status dot find key, status to animation tree name dictionary. So if we go back up here, we have status to animation tree name. I see. Lovely. Animation then is going to be status to animation. So we put in this guy, we get in text. That's why it's not working the way we want it to. So this guy needs to be here. This guy needs to be here. That needs to be there. That needs to be there. Wandering, just double checking again. Is it set to wandering? That should be wandering here. This guy should be idle. That is true. This guy should be wandering. My question then, I guess, is, are these the right arrows? That was another thing too. If the arrows weren't set correctly, they wouldn't work properly. So for example, here, if we go into animation tree, we open up this guy here, it is discrete. So that seems to be the case. And if we do here and you here, you are also, let's see, break loop at end, reset. Switch, immediate, advanced. Okay, I think you're fine. So if we go back into our ghost guy here, you are advanced and immediate, I believe. Switch, immediate, advanced. Yep, good. Okay, so I think we're good to go. Wandering, switch mode, immediate as well. Okay, also this guy here. Let's do one thing at a time. We'll figure this out. It's a slow process. It's like combing through fine hair. And it's a satisfying sort of thing. So let's see here. You here? Go ahead and spawn in our ghost here. And now it says it's set to wandering. But that's not true. It's not wandering. And hi, Art Universe. Welcome into stream. And thank you for the follow. Welcome to Why No Work? I hope you've been well. Let's see here. Go back to here, and let me just double check this guy here so I'm not missing a thing. Lovely. Good. Okay, so here, why are you angry? Implicit. State name. Ghost state machine. Oh, hello, ghost state machine state name. You go there. Now, where you use that ghost state machine, I think you're fine now. It might be now the case where we have to update the state machine of the ghost state machine, but the ghost already works. It's just the animations we need to update on, and I already do that too. Lovely, lovely, and hi, hello, hello. Let's see here. Go ahead and spawn in the ghost again. Are we going to get any arrows? Nope, nope. It should be good to go. So the ghost, it says, is set to wandering. It should not be in wandering state. It should be in idle state. So why is the ghost in wandering state? How peculiar indeed. Let's see here. You as well, the status tag needs to be in the center because it's not working quite well. And you also need to come down just a bit down there. And you can also come down about there. There you go. That can also help too. So why is it set to wandering? What sets it to wander? When we start the game up, it should be set to, what is it? Idle. It should be the idle state. So we have state manager here, you there, idle, current status. Yep. And it only goes to wander when it's prompted to wander. Otherwise, it should be as it is. So my question is, why are you doing that thing? Let's see. Animation tree here, idle. We have travel, we have immediate. Is it immediate here? Play mode immediate. Possibly, maybe. That could help as well. And it's break at loop, reset, immediate, and it's on the condition, on wandering. But it's not set to wander. Wander should be set to false. It should only be set to true when we do other things, when it's enabled to wander. So, let's see. Status animation tree name. Yeah, where do we change the animation at? We have update animation tree here. But where are we changing the state at is, I guess, my next question. So if we go back down to here, I should be able to click this guy to remove it. Where are we doing it at? It's not being done here where the state is being transformed. Are we doing it in state manager? We aren't doing it in here either, I believe. Yep. We have on here move entity and idle ghost. So on move ghost here, and this is the ghost state manager. Yep, and breakpoint time? We already did the breakpoint time earlier. We did it a little bit early since... Yep, we already did it. Don't you worry, Stratus. Yep, it was done early, so we should be good to go. That's what I was talking about 10 minutes earlier, just about, when I said, oh, you know, the break's gonna do the thing, so let's go ahead and take that break, since the break was gonna happen in a bit anyway. So let's see here. If we have move entity, you there, on move ghost, so only when ghost is moved should the state be changed. On idle ghost, the state type should go to idle. And then on you here, change state. This here should not be that there. So let's see. Idle. You know what? What if we do that? I'm wondering, where are you getting wandering from? Because it says move, and that's not even a thing at the moment. And, oh, actually, let me double check too here. Yeah, states, dictionary. Yep, and you there, state.type, idle. I see. Okay, where are we getting state at specifically? Idle state. This is this guy here, our state manager. Okay, I'm good to go. I need the script. Oh, yuck! If I can, we'll see if we can avoid breakpoints. But if push comes to shove, breakpoints are certainly an option. I do agree. However, yeah, we might actually have to do it. Oh boy. Okay, you know, we'll see. We'll certainly see. I'm wondering, yeah, my thing has always been when it comes to breakpoints, where to put them. Because if you don't know what the problem is, how can you find out how to pinpoint it? And we learn to love debugging the breakpoints, or we'll teach you to love in a few years. Never! I will never convert, I tell you, never! Let's see here. Move ghost, if ghost return, state type idle. Yep, state type none. Yeah, where are we sending you state to at? So your move state, I see, got ya. Your move state's here. And already we have states, idle state, move state. Got ya. Okay. And if we just curiously enough, do this here, move state shouldn't even be in here anymore, I don't believe. So if we go ahead and click play again, there should only be the option of idle, is what we're hoping to accomplish first. So spawn ghost, should be idle, but it says wandering. Interesting. Okay, yeah. Usually what I tend to do is comment things out and see if I can slowly, and then once I pinpoint it, that's when I start using breakpoints. That's when I get a little bit more in detail. And I never breakpoint, I just put a bunch of print statements. Yeah! One of us. You can clearly see that is my preferred method. point, you know, breakpoints must be used if push comes to shove. Some people go straight to breakpoints, Frost. It's wild, I tell you. State manager here, ghost state, idle state. The initial state is idle state, indeedy. And the move state is wandering. Yep, indeedy. Okay, idle state here, you there, you here. On initial state, so on ready, we have start manager, you here. So what's different about our ghost manager to our customer manager next? The canon event of every developer is using print statements until someday they learn debugging. I don't believe it, I tell you. I'm never in wheeze. Hi, sports. Welcome into stream. Welcome into debugging. How fun. What? I think it depends. I have seen some people who don't use print states in the slightest, and people who just start out knowing how to debug. Oh, there's just some people who never do print. They start off with breakpoints is the thing I'm saying. Or wheeze, forgot the spelling. I see. Wheeze, well, welcome in. Let's see here. So process, update you. Why is it the case that you are going from move to idle? Move ghost. It goes to move, not you. Let's comment you out as well, and let's just slowly start working on removing things, and that's illegal. Debugging. That's what I'm saying. It's interesting. Gonna use print statements too, so you can read how increasingly desperate. Work now, please. Oh boy, Heron, but why are you in a different model? Well, the thing is, usually this is the default one. When the internet's not working as it should and the connections aren't working, then I go to 2D. But usually 3D is the preferred way I like to be. All the dimensions. And let's see here. Prints are fine until you have 20 different lines. Oh yes, indeed. Yeah, I can agree to that. When the prints start becoming confusing because you don't know where they're from, then it's maybe time to cool it a little bit on the prints. So let's see. Enter new state, change state. Where are we doing change state at? We do change state here. Move idle. Oh, okay. Hold on. Customer state manager. Oh, I didn't mean to do Control Shift F. We're just doing a ghost state manager. Yep, ghost state machine. And double checking, you are ghost state machine as well. Lovely. Okay. So you Control F. And we're just looking for change state. Where are we using change state? The thing is, change state doesn't have an underscore, which leads me to believe it is used outside of this the script, which means maybe that's where we're getting the issues from. We use change state here, we use it here, and we use it here. If I go to my ghost, do you know what your animation player is? Do you know? Oh, state manager. State manager, what are you up to, huh? We have state manager, start manager dot self. Okay, and on start manager, because you are a ghost state machine, on start manager, we do ghost, new ghost. If states has current state, then we do states current state enter ghost. Got ya. And current state, I'm guessing, is our initial state. No, it is not. Has initial state. Where's our initial state at? You should be this here. There we go. Try that instead. And hi, Ansia. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. Doing a quick hi there. I can't stay because I'm getting a bit more sleepy, but good luck with the code. Well, thank you, and I hope you have a lovely rest because sleep is super duper important. It's good for your brain. And also, I've never seen her so calm. I'm focusing. That's the difference here. Is the thing of I feel like we're so close yet so far. But welcome in. And prints can go out of control so fast when you have multiple variables to track. Oh yeah, that's even worse. That's why I'm so glad I found out you can color your prints. You could even make them rainbow if you want. It's so cute. Now you're still wandering. Poor Claude. Idle state. Initial state. Maybe you don't have an initial state, huh? What do you do then, ghost? Huh? What tricks do you have up your sleeve? Let's see here. You here. Go ahead and spawn you here, and spawn in ghost. We have wandering still. Got ya. Okay, so on our start manager, what we're going to do is we're just going to do this guy here. My guess, I'm wondering, and we'll do pass as well on here, and then we'll do that there. Now, what's going on? And I can tell the difference between the focus and the high. You're nice either way. Well, thank you. And you're all nice. Oh, you're all, I see. Yes, indeed. It's very nice that the community is very kind. I do agree. It's sweet that people can wish each other good morning and good night. It's so nice. Let's see. Spawn in a ghost here. Ghost, hello. All right, you're wandering, but why, huh? Have you ever questioned why you do the things you do? Have you ever considered that there is more to life than wandering? You can do this, I believe. And see here, thank you, and maybe nice to meet you, and very sincere apology if we met before. I'm telling you, memory is awful. I don't blame you one bit. And wait, no, we must have met. I'm so confused. Cat sound keyboard is quite common around here. The hydrations have become more frequent recently. I can certainly say that. So I'd say probably a good chance, 7 out of 10 chance if I had to guess that you've seen that name before. Let's see here. You here. Let's also remove wandering. Now click on play here. You don't remember the long and thoughtful conversation we had. If I had to guess, I'd say that's sarcasm and outdates me by a solid, but on the stream. All right, we're guessing that was a bit on the stream. Let's see here. You hear? Cats on keyboard, I do know, has been around here for quite a while. They've just become far more frequent recently and participating with chatting. I do appreciate it. Yep, got it. So let's summon a ghost again. And now, why are we angry? It's back to this idea of these keys. So you here and you here. Lovely. Okay. So do that there. And I'm being serious. Oh yeah, I'm not being serious. Okay, yeah, I figured. Oh boy. Spawning you here, spawning ghost here. Ghost is now at the right state they should be. So would commenting out those guys did eventually work. That is good to know. Now that we are in the idle state, when we move you, you should go to the move state. Are you on the move state? You are not moving, which is fine. That's okay. That's understandable to do. It is a-okay to do. We don't expect you to do much. It's all right. So now let's see if we can figure this out a little bit more. Our current status is set to idle. So for some reason, when we allow the wandering state around here, you there, state wandering, state manager, state self, in our animation tree somewhere, the wandering's getting mistaken, it seems like. Blend space. You here, blend space there. For now, we'll just add an animation for walk down. Call it a day at the moment, for the moment. Continuous, I believe it has to be discrete if I'm not mistaken. And then we'll have this guy as our, let's see, wandering, like that. And good luck, have a great time, don't forget to have fun where and if you can. Well, thank you, Ancia. I'm quite enjoying myself. It's always a thing of, it's nice to see things working after spending some time working on it. But thank you, and again, I hope you have a lovely rest. Let's see here, move that there, that there. Okay, condition then is idle, and your condition mode auto, enabled or disabled. The condition should be set to auto, I believe, and then we should also have you as wandering. So if I had to guess, it's to do something with this here. When we add in that wandering back, does it automatically, as soon as we spawn the customer, despite not telling it can do the thing yet, does it try to do the thing? So let's see, spawn and I see customer, I mean ghost. Yeah, so somewhere along the line, it's automatically setting it as soon as it happens, despite the fact that it's not a thing yet. If we go into customer here, how does it work? We have it on auto, we have break loop at end, we also have reset. What does that do? If true, just an animation is played back at the beginning when switched. Okay, then let's see. Idle is here, and it's auto and walking. Got ya. Okay, and then this walking guy here is set up in different guys. We have those guys. This is discrete, so I was right with that one there. So let's go back to Ghost here, and I missed them already. I had a bit more troll already. You truly are a bully. Oh boy, here, let's see. We have left there. Let's just do this here since that is also there as well. Okay, so, and you're always ready to troll. Let's see here. Scroll down, have you here. On our customer, let's go through it, see if we can spot where it sets it up at. If we click on this guy and we move it to here, move it to there so we can see a little bit more. When we have our customer ready, we do the start manager on self. We also have the status timer and everything, which makes a lot of sense. And then we have all the statuses here. We have the exiting statuses, all of those guys. We have the status of walking and idle, and also have it as the status is in queue. And gotta go, but good luck. Thank you, Latch. Thanks for stopping by and chatting as well as lurking. I hope your day goes lovely indeedy. Let's see here. We have start manager as well, set to profile. Yep. And on profile set, we set the timer and the animation player, sprite to animation get path. Yep, that's okay too. That is what we needed to happen. I think this, so far, what I'm seeing, it looks fine. On our state manager, what do we have here? We have change states. Makes sense. This is more or less quite similar to the ghost as well. That's fine. It says by default, always start on idle. Do we do that for ghost? Let's see here. Ghost by default, do we always move to idle? Let's see here. Current status idle. Okay, so it does seem to be fine there as well. So you have the status of idle and the status of wandering. Okay, we're slowly narrowing it down enough to add the breakpoint. So for some reason on update animation tree, we do for animation in the status. So in this guy here, we check the statuses of our animation, status animation tree pool. If animation equals current status, and okay, we'll do the breakpoint here then, and we'll also print it. And what's your screen time average? I have not checked that, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. That's not really something I've looked at before. Let's see. We'll go ahead and add that print, or rather the utility print. I like that one a little bit better. Print's a little bit cleaner. Print debug message. So debug message, and then we'll go ahead and print out our animation. There we are. Print animation. Though animation itself in our animation to animation string status. Yes. So we need to do actually status dot find key, find underscore key, and then we do this here like that, I believe. And status, status. There you are, like that. There you go. Okay. So let's take a look at this and see if we can get a little bit closer to the truth. So we'll go ahead and spawn in our spawn in our ghoul here. And what do we have? When we on update animation tree, we start off with idle. So it's currently idle. I also want to print out the animation status of animation just in general. So we'll also do that too. So we'll also print this as well. And I would be scared to check my screen time. Oh boy, screen time. That's the thing. I've never thought to look at it. So I don't know in the slightest. Print, and we'll print this here. Yep, lovely. Okay, let's try again. Because everything should be false. It should all be false. Nothing should be set to true yet. The idle should be set to true because it is the only one that should be true. So spawn and ghost here. And what do we have? We have false, and we also have idle, which is good to know. This current animation, so current animation is set to 0. 0 is our idle. So let us click on our debugger here and go through a little bit. My PC screen time I'm happy with. Don't ask about handheld consoles. Oh no. Oh boy, if anything, I need more PC screen time because that means I can be at the computer more and work on more things. That would be better. Let's see here. Go back to you, step into, okay, so you are set to true. If animation equals current animation, and this is the idle, I'm literally saying, yeah. There's one thing I'd love to get like a laptop. That'd be handy because can you imagine, not always in your office when you're working, but going out sometimes to either a park or a library and working out there, that's good environment. That's the good vibes I'm looking for. So let's see here. Click on status key, find status equals text, and we go ahead and we do step into, and now we should be on the next guy here. So we set it, and now this guy should now say wandering. And you're a workaholic? If you could have more screen time than hours in a day, you would find a way. Oh man. Enable debug message. Hold on, that guy there. Yep, you there. Yep, you there. Okay, so let's see here. We're now checking wandering, and wandering should not be the case. If animation equals, and this should come out as false. That's what we're expecting. If it says true, I'm working on it. Ah yes, the workaholic working on things. What a surprise. Let's see here. If I go into here, I'm guessing it might bring us into true, but let's see. Oh, it brings us into false. So it is set to false. That's the good news here. And step into, and now we do animation tree parameters and set the animation tree bool. So idle, so one should be true, one should be false. We do the status name text. Oh, I see. Got ya. Okay. In that case, it should truly be the text, I think, is the issue on why. I think the issue we've been having is that the debugger tool that I made is broken. So we've been debugging a debugger that is not debugging correctly. That is the issue we ran into. It was saying, and does it really count as working if I'm watching stream at the same time? It's called being productive. The reason why it was saying walking or wandering is because it was set after every single one. So if we wanted to show the right animation, you put the text there because then it doesn't go through all the loop. So now, if my calculations are correct, I hope at the very least, let us see. And this is why using the innate debugger saves us from having to debug a debugger. I don't know about that one per se. So now we spawn in a ghost, just spawn it in. You look at it. Hold on. Oh, it's so laggy. It's so laggy. Oh, it's never been this laggy before. Oh, I didn't think it was possible. 1,600 messages. That's there's exclamation. Clearly. Mistakes get made all the time. Prints are fine. Prints are our friends. They're here to help us. They're here to help us. Can't you see how efficient and effective this method of debugging is? Oh boy. Alrighty, print, where are you at? Your utility print debug, so you're there. Got ya. Okay, so with all of that now, hopefully functioning the way it should now. Let's see if we now disable all of you guys. Here's my poor print statements is having the shoulders crushed under the expectations. Oh boy, I wasn't expecting it as all. Let's see here, ghost, and you ghost. You there, lovely to see for you there. Let's add back the other things we did as well. The move entity can also be re-enabled, and on the move ghost, we can also now re-enable that to that there. Lovely, status.type.move, and you are status.type, state.type, and the type is idle. If we go back to the state.type, none move idle. These are the current states I have in my game, which is interesting to note. This might be code we might have to revisit at some point because I don't know how I like that. The idea of the enum, it's also not only a class name, but also an enum. But for now, it's working, so I will not touch it. Maybe future me will deal with it. That is not for current me to decide. So let's see here. Looking at these guys now, we have you here. Okay, so fingers crossed, let's take a look at what happens when we remove this wandering guy here and we go back to the idea of adding the animation. This is going to be walk down. We have walk up here, add animation walk up. We have add animation walk left. So let's say walk left. We also should have this guy go up to the point it should be. And this should also be animation to walk right. Now, the thing is, it always confused me on left, right, up, and down. So if it happens to be the case that the animation is reversed, that's a thing. That can happen. I've seen it with my own eyes. So we can spawn in our ghost now, and fingers crossed, no more death of just lag. Ghost is idle. Ghost is doing what they should be doing. All right, Ghost, now I'm going to need you to move to the next spot. And now they are still idle. So next up, it's the case of the ghost is not updating its state. So let's see here. How do we do? Okay, first let me get some coffee and then we can figure it out. Let's see here. Lovely. So on change state, it's state.type move. And on our move state, that does make sense, but we also have to update the ghost itself. So I'm going to guess the thing it needs to do is it needs to do, let's see, move state. And this move state here, just double checking, move state, you are here. So our parameters are our move string. So is it the case that this guy's just not animating correctly? Possibly. Could now be the case. In our move string, it should be this guy here. And that move guy there, let's see, move entity 0. I'm wondering, where do we set the current state at? If we go back to here, yeah, our current status. Where in customer do we update the status at? We have update animation tree, but where are we updating the status itself at? That's why I'm thinking in our state manager here, on move state, perhaps that's where we update the status too. So, for example here, on changing the status to, let's see, on changing it to idle here on, let's see, ghost manager, lovely, yes. What we do is on move ghost, we do ghost dot status, and then we set status equal to ghost dot status ghost dot status equals ghosts, or I think that's fine. Yeah, ghost dot status equals ghost dot status dot, and it's going to be wandering. Something like that, though this is not a, yeah, so you are ghost. Like that? Are you happy now? Ghost dot status. Yes, now why? Oh, hold on. Ghost to move, if ghost to move is not equal to parent, you there. Ghost to move dot status. Now why are you angry? Let's see. Ghost to move dot, let's see. Ghost to move dot status. Oh, dot status, current status. There we are. Current status equals that to there, and then it would be ghost dot status dot wandering, like that. And then for our idle, if it is what we need it to be, then we would do this guy here. And if ghost equals, aha. Yeah, so for this guy here, our get parent, all you guys here, do we really need the parent, or can we just grab, yeah, ghost to move is not equal to parent, or if ghost to move equals ghost, I think it's fine not to have the parent. We really don't, I don't think that's needed. Ghost, new ghost, okay, never mind. Start manager, new ghost, ghost equals ghost. I take it back, we probably might need that, maybe, possibly. So we'll keep it as is. And ghost to move, yeah, here goes to move. Why? Okay, good, lovely. So now that the statuses are changed, let's see if it works. If it works out the way we think it will. So spawn in a ghost here, and spooky guy, spooky scary skeleton, you're doing good so far. You're doing great. Now, go ahead and give me a move. As you can see, it is reversed. Up is down and down is up. And we also now need to bring attention to this crippling bug in our presence, where the ghost does a little jiggle. That is also important now to acknowledge the little jiggle that he's currently doing. You know, he's quite talented in that regard. And now I have the spooky scary skeleton song in my head. Shivers down my spine. But unfortunately, it is now November. No more spooky month. Oh boy, let's see here. So what we'll do very quickly is we'll go to our animation tree, go back to this. This should be, if I'm not mistaken, walk left should be walk right. Walk right should be walk left. Walk up should be walk down. And walk down should be walk up, like that. And to make sure the animations are also playing correctly, let's also make it so that the ghost is quite slow. So we'll reduce our speed to 25. And let's take a look. And, but Mom, why not have this spooky year? I wish. And isn't that a spooky month reference? And hi, the triangle. Welcome in the street. Welcome in. Oh, speaking of, let me do this. Hold on. / shout out at the triangle. I've been doing, oh, hold on. Let's see, at the, if it'll let me, at the, there we go. I've been doing my best to shout out streamers who I've rated before. Too. I've been enjoying the streams up, so there you go. If you'd like to watch another Godot game dev, consider looking at his channel. That's wonderful, I can certainly say. And I tell my friends November's a spooky month too, but they respond with suggesting that I am a river in Egypt. Preposterous. The thing is, I like, my favorite one is The Nightmare Before Christmas. So, I mean, I get the best of both worlds. It's technically both a Christmas and Halloween movie, so anytime we do Christmas, I can just do Halloween. Easy peasy, I appreciate, of course. And what do you mean no more spooky? Today is, Dia de los Muertos. I forget how to say it. Oh, denial! You're in denial. I see. That clicked. That made more sense right away. Oh boy, let's see here. Okay, so now the ghost is good. The ghost is idling. The ghost now should be very slow, so we should be able to see its movements easier. Now let us have Now let us have the ghost move. Ready? Okay, so maybe it's still a little bit off. Just a little bit. And the ghost is also not a ghost. That's also something we have to change too, as our poor ghost guy here, he doesn't understand he's not tethered to this ethereal realm. Ghost, this is possible for you. I believe in you. So, first thing we have to do is go back to our animation tree here. and Ghost the Slime. And I thought that's why she was working on Ghost today. No. The thing is, my game is naturally spooky because we're dealing with necromancers. And we had Ghost in the beginning, and then it just happened to align this time of year where we did Ghost. What we have to do is, right now, this is 4-directional. When the ghost moves diagonally, we need to account for that. How you account for it is if the ghost is moving left and up, let's just have it go add animation and we'll do walk. Oh, wait, is this left? Is this supposed to be left or right? Walk right, I see. On customers, just double checking here for our customer. How do we have you set up? Back to walking here. You are a walk left or walk right, I believe. Walk left. I see. Okay. We'll do that then. So back in our ghost here, we have you here, and you will be on the left. So right click this guy, add animation, and it's going to be walk left. You are also going to be walk left right here. And then you are going to be walk right. So add animation, walk right, and add animation, walk right. There we are, like so. And so now they shouldn't look a little wonky or as wonky as they did, unless I did this wrong again. But you know what? That's why we're here to test things. So click on play here, click on play there. And then we'll try to figure out why the ghosts themselves are, their collision is a little wonky. They should be able to do things, but they don't believe in themselves hard enough. You know what? I understand that, it's okay. We all have those moments, don't we, little ghost? So let's go ahead and move you. We'll move you and go up. So it seems to be the case. Left and right is, are you moving correctly? Something's off. Something is certainly off. Restart. Let's spawn in the ghost again. Let's see, spawn in ghost. Let's have the ghost move again and go to that spot there. All right, so it seems to be the case. Left and right, yep, that needs to be swapped back to what it was, but then he does that. So it's confusing. And then he starts spinning and he's moonwalking. He's got the moves for the clues to pay the bills, the skills. Let's see. So move left. Are you move left? Oh, you're walk right. I see. You should be left. You should be right, I believe, because everything else is on right. Yeah, try that. Okay. Take 9,364. How are we looking now? Let's see. Spawn in a ghost here, like that. And now we're going to go ahead and move you, little guy. Move on over. Wonderful. It's now moving in the right direction. However, the ghost was getting clipped earlier, and it is still getting clipped. So this is where we now have to figure out why, because I get clipped because my hair is too big, but the ghosts themselves should not, this is not by design. This is wholeheartedly not intentional in the slightest. Let me get some coffee, and let me also make a backup too. So we're slowly getting the ghost to move in the way we need it to, which is always really nice to see. Let's see, back up here for our ghost guy here. Yep. Ghost, G-H-O-S-T. Lovely. And commit and save and push. Lovely. And it's not a bug, it's a feature. You know, maybe that could be a fun setting of just like, how crazy? Why not tea? The thing is, I usually save tea for art streams, and I usually do coffee for programming streams. I'm doing my best to, anytime I want to big brain, drink coffee. Anytime I want creativity, I drink tea. That's the hope to align it as. There's been research where depending on your mind can associate different things with different things. So what some people will do is they have different packs flavors of gum for different subjects that they're studying. So when they're studying math, they eat mint. They chew on mint. When they're studying science, they chew on bubblegum. Then during their tests, they can chew on said gum, and it gives their mind a power boost up. So I want my mind to be able to distinguish, right, we're drinking coffee, it's big brain time. That is my coffee reasoning. Let's see here. Alrighty, I am now quite rather hydrated. So, saying that, why is our ghost clipping into objects? What are you doing? Is it, hold on, your collision shape. Your collision shape doesn't seem right. You might be broken. You know, which would make sense considering you're old. Where are we at with customers? The customer's collision shape's in the center. So little ghost guy here, your collision shape should too also be more in the center. So your position here, yep. And I told you the code better when I drink Monster. I mean, technically speaking, that's true, but I don't know if I agree with that sentiment. Monster itself, it's got so much, well, it does, I was about to say it has a lot of caffeine, but who am I I judge at this point. Let's see here. You're there, you're there. This collision shape, if we go to visibility, visibility layer, nope. We need to know about our status radius, nope. Sprite, we need transform, nope. Ordering, there's one for existing in the, collision, here we are. It needs to be, it's on the layer of ghost, and you can't see it, hold on, let me slide over, and Skinner, let's see, slide that over, there we go. So layer 7 is ghost, and layer 2 is player. These are the only two collisions, and if, I believe from my understanding, the layer is where the object lives, the mask is what the object can see. So the, what is it? The ghost lives on layer 7, and it can see the player. That's the only thing it knows about. And if I go to my cafe, you can see if I, well, let's see if we can say the debug. Let's do visible collision shapes, that there, okay. And let's also do visible navigation too. Yeah, let's do that as well. I think Monster has the least caffeine from everything. That sounds scary. I think about it. If the Monster is the least of the problem, is it maybe Red Bull possibly? Doesn't that have caffeine in it too? Let me go ahead, collapse all of these guys. So collapse you, let's see, expand collapse, and collapse like that, and expand again. What we're looking for is our cafe background. This guy right here. Now, this was a thing I struggled with, especially when it came to tile sets, figuring out how it worked. If I hide the tabletop, this is the cafe in a nutshell. All of these tiles are, or this tile map here is from just this tile section. And the idea is that, let's see, if we go into, I believe, tile set, and we click and zoom up here, might have to mess around with this a little bit. All of these guys here, and so you're classic conditioning yourself. And let's see, BF Skinner was a person who was studying what? That a skim looked like conditioning? Oh, is that the character? Is that the person? I was about to say character. Is that where that study is from? BF Skinner. I don't know the names. I never know the names. The names are very hard to remember, but I remember the ideas at the very least. And let me get a little bit more coffee too. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so let's see here. If I click on a tile, for example, we should be able to see. And the idea is that ghosts should only be able to acknowledge the tiles that are stair tiles. Well, ghosts can't go through purple, this dark purple, and this dark purple here. Ghosts can move through anything else in the world. And I have no clue, but we all know the fun study of the dog that had, was that BF Skinner? Yes, the dog response. I thought it was the Pavlonian, wasn't it? Pavlonian response? Or was it called something different? So let's see here. If I click this, it should be able to tell us, if I click select on here, if we go into, let's see, collision, that's the one I'm looking for. Physics? Yes, physics layer 0. You here, yes, you live on that layer. And Eris, Monster might be too much caffeine, is it? I don't know, I've never had Monster nor Red Bull before. I have never tried either of those. Also, Eris, let me get more coffee. And I heard something about the ghost of knowledge, and my mind heard knowledge from that guy's garage. I feel like that's a reference that I'm just not quite getting. Let's see here. So this is a wall, and this is a wall. These both here are a wall, and they should exist. If we go here, physics layer 0. The desk here should be a different layer entirely. So customers can move through everything but the desk. If I click on the desk here, the desk should also have a physics layer. However, I don't believe it should be physics layer 0. I don't think that's what it should be. We'll see. Physics here. Collidable, physics navigation, all of you guys here. Yeah, you should be a different physics layer, I believe. Possibly. That was the thing I know I got very confused about when it came, but you know what? Before we mess around with anything, let's just see what the ghost is saying. Let's look through the ghost's eyes. And hi Ash RN, welcome into stream, welcome in. And I thought the stream was ended. Not at all. I stream until 5, so you got me for like another 20-ish minutes just about. So welcome in until then. Should you decide to stay, of course. Wink wink. And has it made coffee with monsters and water? Oh, I I have tried the death coffee before, but it didn't really help much. I thought maybe, I just need more caffeine. I know Frost has suggested like pre-workout, but I haven't tried that yet. So let's see, spawn ghost in. All right, ghosty, here we are. Hold on, I'm trapped. Help! Why am I trapped? I told you it was a bad idea to mess with navigation. Oh boy, what have I done? I don't even know. Hold on, let's see. Tabletop navigation, yeah, all of you guys here. Why can't I move anymore? And all right, on that note, Eris, I shared resources about caffeine and hydration. Oh, yes, lovely. No, I have not gotten a chance to check it at all. Thank you for reminding me, Frost. Let's see here. Yep, setup selection. Yep, you here, selection setup. Oh, wait, no, your tabletop. Oh, no, let's disable you. Delete here. What did I do? What have I awoken that I can't move around anymore? Oh boy, let's see here. This might be a part where I reversed the... We might have to go back in history a little bit to modify what Godot just did. So you know what? That's what we'll do, because I have no idea what I touched that made it angry, and we didn't do really anything. So we're just gonna close it down, and we'll go to the backup. This is why backups are just a lovely thing, I tell you. And let's see, changes. I want to discard all changes. Yep, discard all changes. All right. That should hopefully bring us back into the Godot version I was looking to have. Fingers crossed. It should just be a walk in the park at this point. I say, knock on wood. Knock on a lot of wood. They're gonna need a lot at this point for the jinxing. So let's see here. We have that loaded up. I can now open up the Godot, and nope, you can't see it. Oh, now you can see it. Lovely. So just double checking, triple checking. We're back to a point that we can use and that isn't broken. Let's see here. We can mute that. We can then go back to Godot here, go back to you here, go back to you here, go back to you here. Lovely. Go back to you here, you here. Can I move now? I can move. Lovely. Okay, so we were trying to see about our visible navigation, visible collision shapes, and then we were clicking on the Ghost's navigation agent and enabling. Okay. Now we should be good. And no, oh, let's see here. But long story short, coffee is as hydrating as water, assuming no added salt or sugar. I see. I do add salt to my coffee as well. And diuretics don't cause long-term reductions in water. I see. Let me go here as well. So saying that, let's go ahead and spawn in a ghost now. And we should be fine. I can move around, the ghost can move around. And you can see, anywhere that's this light color on the floor is where our character can walk around. So since that light color doesn't show up below, and I believe I can as well, if I go here to cafe, I can hide the tabletops too, which should make it a little bit easier to see. Oh yeah, there we are. And where should the ghost spawn? The ghost spawn in either here, you can see that spot's taken. The ghost can spawn here, and it can also spawn here. Speaking of, the ghost, I think, needs to be moved a little bit. If we go into the ghost itself, go back to here, I'm thinking we can move the ghost to up. Let's see. Ghost, the sprite can move up just a smidge to about there-ish, I think is fine. We go back into game. There we are. It looks like it's sitting on the thing a little bit more. And the ghost should be able to move through these walls here, is the hope. So now, if we go ahead and have the ghost move from one spot to another, so we go ahead and say, where are you, ghost? Move on down. You can see it's taking that path. The issue is, that is the customer path finding. As a ghost, it doesn't have to worry about coming down and angled here. It should be able to move through the desk. So something's off. And people add salt to coffee. Yeah, the coffee makes it less bitter. And let's see, I'm back. Welcome back into it. And I don't want to brag, but I have hot chocolate and homemade cookies. Walnut chocolate chip. Okay, well, you can keep that. But chocolate chip and homemade cookies and now that's bragging. Oh boy, I have to cut the bitter. Yep, it cuts the bitter out, which is nice. So let's see. In our ghost here, in our ghost guy here, the ghost should live on the ghost layer, and the ghost should be able to detect the world layer. In our navigation agent, where are we at? We are the ghost layer. I believe that's where we live and what we're looking for. If we go back into cafe here, back into cafe, we go into our cafe background, this guy right here. Oh no. Okay. It's so delicate, I tell you. Hold on. Let's see here. And oh boy, I had no idea about them before, and I was scared to try it after Eris recommended it. But once I tried it, it's actually true. Indeed. Now, is this a face that would deceive you, huh? Artaya, trustworthy individual that you could trust with your soul. Let's see here. If I click on select and we zoom in a little bit more, for some reason, the desks themselves aren't popping up in our navigation terrain. So on our navigation, we have navigation layer 0, and we also have navigation layer 1. So is it the case, where is the ghost, what layer is the ghost going for navigation layer? We have, let's see, if I click on this guy here, you appear, and I believe that was the thing, and I've been using ungodly amounts of sugar all my life. And the thing is, I don't like my coffee when it has too much sugar or cream. I like tasting coffee. The issue is just coffee's so strong, it needs to be just a little bit diluted. My wife will put marshmallows. Oh, how dare you come here bragging! I haven't had marshmallows in ages. With the amount of trolling I've gotten away with, I have no doubt that there will be incoming retribution. No, never! Oh wait, you mean retribution from me to you or you to me? Which one specifically? Who's winning? Oh boy, let's see here. So navigation layer 0 is nothing. And we're looking for this floor here. Navigation layer 0 is something. Navigation layer 1 is nothing. Okay, I think I understand. All of this is navigation layer. What we need to tell the customer is that they can only look at one navigation layer, I believe, or look at both. If we go back to the ghost, go back to our navigation agent, it's looking at navigation layer 2. Okay, and it should also be looking at navigation layer 1. That is also a thing. And 2 and 1. Why are you 0 and 1 though? That doesn't make any sense now I think about it. Why is that 1 and 2, but this is 0 and 1? Hold on now. I'm getting myself confused, and you're trolling me back? I see. As a way of getting it back. Oh, yes, of course. Their day shall come. I agree. Oh boy. Let's see. Asking for So let's see here. If I click on this guy, oh, hold on. Wrong guy. Tile set. Our navigation layer is, let's see, that is 0. And then that guy is navigation layer 1, that to that there. Okay. We click on here, navigation, visibility, force show. Okay, lovely. Saying that, I'm wondering if, just out of curiosity, navigation layer, if I go ahead and enable this navigation layer to this guy right here, if we just add you as another layer here, so you, hold on, I need to do the add button. I think I do add there, and there, and there. That makes that you can now navigate through it. And they should also be able to navigate, let's see, here. Oh, if I click plus, here, and here. That should also work out as well. And then from there, we also need to add it for this guy too. Ghost should be able to walk through that too. There's no reason they should be able to, oh, hold on. Something is small. Let's go back down, let's see. You here, do that there, move you down, there we are. And also makes a very great shepherd's pie. Never had shepherd's pie before, but I do love pie. Do have to say, I don't know if you can tell or anything, you know, as I'm making a cafe game with all about sweets and treats and delights, but I can be very easily swindled with treats. Let's see here, you there, and you there. Okay, save that there. Double checking I can't walk over this navigation layer 1. That's the one we're looking for. And to make sure customers can as well. And shepherd's pie is a savory dish. I'm not opposed to savory. One thing I've always wanted to try is apparently there's such thing as an apple pie with cheese. And I have to question, how does that taste? No, pre-roll ads are on. Oh no, let's do the ad break then immediately. Expedited it. All right. This will probably be the last one since we're at 51 already. So ad break will run. We'll keep working on the navigation for a little bit longer. See if we can get that working by the next 30 minutes. An apple pie with cottage cheese? Never had that one before. I was thinking cheddar cheese. And with cheese, huh? I'm down to try. It's delicious, I say. Interesting. All right, let's start by going to the right a little bit. Then we're gonna go to the left a little bit. And then let's go back a little bit. And then let's go front a little bit. And then let's go to the right a little bit. And then let's go to the left. Oh, something cracked. Again, you know, if something happens to crack, I cannot be held liable. Let's see, to the right a little bit here. And then let's go front. The cracks are missing. Oh, where was it? Oh boy. Front a little bit. And also back a little bit. There we are. Okay. I feel a little bit more lumber. Let me get a little bit more tea. And I see tea, coffee, and also, I almost spilled it. The good news is it's almost over, so I didn't spill it. But had there been a lot of liquid in there, it would have been spilled. So I got lucky. Oh man. All right, coffee time it is. Tasty, tasty. Lovely and delicious, I tell you. Okay, I believe I remember how the collisions work, but we'll see. I believe, well, we'll see. It's tricky. It's super duper tricky always. And I stretched and my back sounded like a cement mixer. And guys, if she someday gets stuck in one position, oh, my neck. Oh no, that'd be terrifyingly awful. Oh man, no, not at all. That's why you stretch, so that you don't end up in a situation like that. That's the exact reason you do the things. It's called, what is it called? Preemptive? Maybe that's the word. Doing it before it happens. And I just saw a buff Geico ad. 15 minutes can save you 15 seconds or more. Buff though, that sounds scary. Let me get something quite nice not to get ads finally. Look at you being a part of the cool kids club, Frost. Let me get some water here. Alrighty then. I am hydrated. I am stretched. I am pretty good to go. I'm excited to see. I am quite satisfied with how the ghost turned out. These guys here, you know, they're old, but they got a little bit of a difference. We didn't get to follow, but that's okay, because follow might be a little bit tricky to do in one sitting. The fact that we're able to first do their initial behaviors is step one. I think after we figure out their walking and movement, then adding in the customer radius thing for fear will be the next step. Or should we figure out the follow mechanic first? Maybe it would be better to do the follow mechanic just because it's movement back to back with movement. So maybe follow mechanic and then buff. And welcome back from the ad break. Welcome back. You've missed not a thing except my back almost cracking. It was scary. I was just trying to figure out once we're done with the once we're done with the navigation, do we do the follow or do we do the customer AoE debuff? But I think now thinking about it, I think following will be the thing I'll work on this week once stream is over. So let's see. I'll bring you back into the screen here. And, oh, actually, you know what? I just realized as well. We started about 15-ish minutes late, so we end about 15-ish minutes afterwards, so we're good. It's not about, like, another 5 minutes. We're A-okay with time, which is nice to hear. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and spawn in a customer, and what we want to do is make sure this customer can't go... Oh, hold on. Actually, grab the customer as well. Custom y'all here. I'm going to need you to look at or enable your path so I can see it. Enable here. There we are. And go to you here. Lovely. I just want to make sure their path and navigation is working in the way it should be, because he added another layer. And if it's the way I think it worked, we should be fine, but let's see. Spawn in a customer. Alrighty, customer. See, that is what you would expect out of customer, because the customer can't go past the desk. So with a ghost, and that was another thing too. You can see the customer also shifts to the side very oddly. That's another bug that needs to be addressed. So let's see. Because they should sit here where the circle is. And that might be the reason why the ghost is also not happy with sitting in the center of the circle. But no, we'll see. So go ahead and I'll spawn in the ghost. So ghost shall be spawned now. And look at them living back in the same world again. And our little ghost guy here, we're going to go ahead and move you. So move to another spot. And, oh, look, it's doing the thing. It's going through the objects now. So does D glitch out though? Nope, we're fine. Ghost is now able to flow through objects, though I can move the ghost for some reason, which I'm not quite sure why. I'm like, oh. Do you see it? What's going on here? Where? Move state. Error. Cannot get a signal call. Customer that what? Huh? It's gone. The customer had an error. And okay. I thought it was the ghost, but it was the customer. Interesting. Huh? Okay. The customer didn't disappear. No, the customer was fine for a moment. It's when the customer exists in the world, apparently. If I do a restart here, and then just spawn in the customer again. Did I just break something? See, the customer's fine. Customer, go ahead, sit down. It was when their state changed. And hi, Saeed. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. I can't watch the stream, but I came to say hi. Well, hi, and bye. I'm glad you just stopped by for a little bit, even if just to say hello and goodbye. And take care, y'all. Have fun. Well, thank you. And I hope whatever you get up to is a lot of fun as well. It's always nice to see you and see familiar faces in front of. The year gets fixed. Did you clear the debugger? Aha, I see. Wow, look at that technology! I'm just wondering where and why. The good news is at the very least we fixed one problem. The bad news is another problem has appeared and entered the fray, and it's a little scary, and I don't know how to feel about it. That's the bad part. And we basically emotional support red lights. Can you even call them emotional support if they're constantly yelling at you? It's different than just a, hey, you want to talk about this thing? You know, it's an intervention. Usually it's an intervention when it's just a few red lines. This was not an intervention. This was you were getting mobbed. Let's see. Let me see about, I need to make sure you're visible. Annoying cat, he's trolling. Oh no, yes, certainly. It's the idea of, if you close your eyes, the problem goes away. That's what they were saying. Let's see, collision enabled, yes. I don't want to see you. How do I disable your visibility again? I forget. On you. We want to disable your visibility. Look. Collision enabled rendering. No, force show. Oh, I see. Force show, force default. There we are. Good, lovely. So let's see. And if someone else has said it, I wouldn't believe it. I would have believed it. Suspicion is high, and they've got pitchforks. Yeah, burn the witch. Happens to be quite appropriate. You know what? Fair point as well. Oh wow, how that fits in. Spawn in a ghost, okay? Good. Go ahead, little ghost, and move your way to any spot you see fit. And look at him. He's floating through the wall as an elegant, majestic being. Ah yes, the elegant, majestic being in its wild habitat. Look how easily it glides across the room. Hold on. There it goes. Back to majestic. Are you still giving you some advice to keep you on your toes? Oh, that'd be scary. And just start being useful advice. I'm already on my toes constantly. You know, gotta have a water bottle at the ready. All right. So with the time we have remaining, I am thinking we see about once the ghost reaches its point, it needs to go back to being idle. Right now, when it gets to this point, it does not go back to being idle. So let's see if we can fix it and hydrate. I told you! You never expected from your closest friends. Water bottle? And it tries to dig into the earth. That reminds me, I forget what, frog. There's this video of this little frog trying to bury itself into the ground, and it's a burying frog, but it was doing it on a water. I'll have to find it and see if I can show it in Discord. But it was doing it in a water bowl. And and I realized it couldn't go deeper in the water, so then it went in the dirt and it just started rotating. It's adorable. Oh boy. Let's see water. I'm glad you've seen that one before, Frost. Oh man. So once the ghost has reached its location, let's see if we can stop it from dancing. Just a little bit. So on our ghost here, we should be able to have one for our target. If I go into my target here, there I believe should be a signal of some sort for on body entered. Yep, entity target is set. So on if self is entity's target, set current entity to it. Yeah, on area and on assigned entity, entity in area true, entity target is set. Yeah, if body equals target, entity in area equals true. So we'll want to grab this guy, I believe, from our ghost. Ghost with most. Hello, ghost. We'll grab our ready here. We'll do this, and it's going to be connect. And then it's going to be you here, so it'll function here. And actually, you know what? We'll do it in the ghost manager, or the ghost state manager. So this guy right here will do this function. So the idea is that when the ghost enters, entity target is set, or this might have to be changed. The name doesn't seem like it matches up to what it is nowadays, but function on, and yeah, on reached the target, on reached target. And we'll go ahead and have this be our target, and we'll also have it as our entity, and we'll have it as entity, since we don't know what it'll be. And then we can go ahead and do void here. I believe that should work. And then from there, we can just grab you, move you here, do that there, and do, yeah, connect. That should work, lovely. And if entity equal, and then we do parent, or get underscore parent, get parent. So if the entity is the parent or not the parent, then we go ahead and say, nah, I don't want to know who you are. Or rather, we could also do if entity, if not entity equal. So I think that's how you have to do it. I'm so used to doing also this, but I don't think that works in Godot, if I remember. THOST? Yeah, that exclamation. Oh, does it work? Hold on. But I think, what was it? I think Godot also said it doesn't like you doing this because it's not English. It wants you to use the words. So you would do this, because Godot says let's easier to read. But I definitely think it's a more so to each their own sort of thing. So let's see. If not entity, we return. Otherwise, since they match, what we'll do then is we'll go ahead and say idle ghost. And we'll go ahead and say idle ghost. And that should hopefully work out the way we think it will. And on, why are you angry? Ghost, you, why, what, hold on, remove that. Aha, you there. Is that, huh? If function idle ghost not found in base self, idle ghost, is it, oh, aha, wouldn't you know it, it's that. I see, good to know, it's all good to go. All right. So if this works the way I think it'll work, I think it'll set our ghost to idle. And hi, Beatus. Welcome into stream. Welcome into seeing if we can bug fix. So spawning in the ghost. Hello, little ghost friend here. Look at him, he's hovering. Let's go ahead and move our little guy to a spot. And when he reaches his destination, he should go back to idle. So he's wandering, he's moving. He's gonna go to that corner one there. And once he's finished wandering, he's entered. Oh, you know another thing as well. Hold on, let's see. Visible collision shapes, yeah, just collision shapes. Let's see. And hi, Rodrigo. I can't remember I saw your name earlier, but hello. So again, and welcome in. I think I saw the name earlier, but I can't be sure. Marie, I tell ya. Let's spawn in the ghost again. Spawn in the ghost here. My question is it angry because the collision shape has to go together? So I'm thinking what we need to do is actually go to our ghost here and move it a little bit. We would move our sprite up to about here. Oh, hold on. Well, that's the collision shape. The collision shape can go about here. And ghost can go up a little bit up there. Try that. And then our name tag can go up a little bit as well. Our status tag can also go up a little bit as well. Okay, try again. Give that a go. See where we're at. How do we look? How are we feeling? You know, on a scale of 1 to 10. Spawn in the ghost, and let's see if that works a little bit better. Yeah, now it looks like it's entered it, but it's wandering. Now, ghost, why, perchance, are you wandering, if I may ask? You know, just curious. And 3 times, but don't worry, I see. You can't remember and I can't pay attention. I'm surprised you were able to remember 3. Let's see here. Spawn ghost. Is it going to do wandering again? It is, but if I set this little guy here, this little collision shape here, to you here. Oh, you know what I just realized? On reaction, if ghost dot current status, or actually hold on, before that, just to make sure it's the thing I think it is, let me click on play here and see. And 4th time's the charm, easy peasy. Let's see. I just want to make sure the moving that area around to spawn and ghost, is it going to do wandering or idle? Idle. Okay. Which means if ghost dot current status not, or yeah, equal, let's see, and then ghost dot status dot wandering, and then we do that there, and then if you are that, then do that. And why are you now angry? Let's see. Status. That's not status. S-T-A-T-U-S. Status. Okay. Now try that. Let's see here. How are we looking now, perchance per se. Levels here, you here, spawn in you here, and spawn in ghost. Alrighty, little ghosty guy, you are there. You need to move, so go on and get your little ghostly limbs wandering around the place. And I saw that. I don't think I didn't see that. You moved around an object that didn't exist for you. And also, that definitely isn't entering. So it might be the case now. It's avoiding certain objects it's colliding with. So I'm curious to see how that's playing a part. It shouldn't be collision. Maybe that's it. Collision, the collision shape is, yeah, I don't think it thinks it can enter that space. I think that's the issue. It should not, or it should be able to, yeah, hold on. Let's see. Ghost here, collision shape. You should live on something here, but you shouldn't be able to, let's see. You here, ghost there, there. Yeah, you live on ghost, and you can see player. So why are you doing that thing, ghost? I question. You know what? It's okay. It's fine. It is better than the other guy, but I think I might have to take a look overall, just add more collisions and things of that nature. However, this is still really good progress. I'm glad to see it move the way it is moving. As the good news is, we have the animations working. Just need to fix something that I didn't even think was broken. And once we do that, it'll be even more smoother sailing. However, I'll have to check about the navigation. That might mean me looking up more Google, as I have completely forgotten about how navigation works. So I think we'll call it a day here for now. So let me go ahead and bring you back into this guy right here. There we are. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so plans for next week. Let's see here. Oh, wrong screen. The screen here. Lovely, lovely. Let's see. So it is the 2nd, and I believe Friday we'll be doing some writing. So if you're a fan of tabletop RPGs and you're a fan of writing and writing out characters and something like that, you might enjoy what happens on Friday. We'll be playing a game called 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. It's a lot of fun, especially when, well, the thing is, the idea was that we made some sprites, so some pixel art for the game, since it's a theater of the mind game. So we'll be playing that one, and all it is you're really just writing. It's a writing prompt game. It's a lot of fun. And it's been wonderful to see just how smooth sailing we've been. We should keep the momentum going on during the off-day streams. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if things don't get as busy as they have been recently, I'll be able to go back to working on the game often. And navigation can be goofy sometimes. Yeah, I agree. And I've seen it travel way off a straight path when it could just take one step forward. I agree. Navigation in Godot is odd. And welcome on into the stream, by the way, Almic. Welcome in. And I can certainly try again if I butchered that name. I do that quite often. Let's see. So we did art. Okay. So we'll do programming again next Sunday. We'll do this again next Sunday, and then on Saturday we'll do the dungeon art. I think that'll be good to go. If you're on Twitch, consider sticking around. We'll see if we can find another good game dev to raid, as I like raiding game devs. They're always pretty fun. And thank you for the follow as well, Almic. Thank you indeedy. If you're on YouTube, that'll be it for me. I hope to see you all next week. And, boss, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. I'm about to end stream! It came at a bit of an awkward time, but I welcome you all the same, indeedy. Oh, hold on. / shout out, and then at Foss. Oh, there you go. Thank you. I have seen some of Foss's streams before, and they are wonderful. I can certainly say that. With that said, if you're on Twitch, consider sticking around so we can find a game dev. A Godot one. If you're on YouTube, though, that'll be it for me. So I'm going to go to the end screen, and then I'm gonna come back. Alright. Oh.